Malaysian 370, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.9. Good night.
Good night, Malaysian 370.
Breaking news tonight, a Malaysia Airlines flight with 239 people on board, including 4 Americans, has gone missing.
That's what I do. Just that way everything's staying down.
I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu was trying to persuade the prince that he should do his duty, and to impress him, takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Yo, what's up, everybody? TJ Allard space tonight, for real. I wasn't even going to stream. I was tired, but then I saw, ooh, is it time? TJ Allard space, guys. Skinwalker Ranch, the legend, is hosting a space. If you think I'm missing that, you have not been following this case. Okay. I don't know what happened here. The guy who apparently produces TV shows had a hard time figuring out how to set up a space. Not a good look. Not a good look. Just messing with you, TJ. Just messing. We know he watches. We know he follows. Okay, what's going on here? I'm waiting for the space to get started up. I probably shouldn't even have given Mick and West that much attention, but it was some bullshit. I think it was the first time he messaged me or mentioned me on any kind of interview as well, so it felt like it was important. Oh. Hey, everybody. Hey, Jess. Hey, Aaron. Cosmic Highness. Solar. What's up, Solar? FYI, we're drinking tonight. Pour one out for Amy Eskridge. Whatever happened to her, it was terrible either way, right? If it's some kind of crazy conspiracy, which people are making it out to be, that's horrible. It's horrible that somebody would have to know so much about technology and then feel depressed enough that they would, you know, take their own life. It's terrible. And the other option is, well, the government stepped in. She was saying too much. I mean, she was talking a lot on that stream while drunk. She was saying names. I don't know. Can't stop thinking about it. This is probably a good time for me to say that I would never hurt myself and never, you know, gonna be very careful when I drive my car and when I walk down the stairs, you know. If I were to disappear under any mysterious circumstances, it would be suspicious. Just remember that, guys. You might think that's crazy to have to say that, but we want to be safe, guys. We want to be safe. We got people sending us weird, creepy letters on YouTube. You know, we're talking about teleporting planes. So let's just, yeah. We'll make sure it's clear. Where's TJ Allard, man? Been waiting for this space, man. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how this works. Oh, man. We might have to retweet some of this.
Him there.
I don't know, man. Listening to this this woman, Amy, talk got me feeling weird vibes about this situation. Real weird.
Jeremy was basically like,
she doesn't seem like somebody who's suicidal, right?
Put a finger down if you've been kidnapped.
It's giving me weird vibes, man. Where's the TJ Allard crap, dude? Sorry, give me a sec, chat. I apologize. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. We're getting... It's,
In the middle of the night by two large men who asked you if you wanted to go the easy way or the hard way.
Holy shit. Just in case anyone was wondering, that was not pornography. That was Dom Lucre. How do I find TJ Allard stuff, dude? Look, I even followed him, guys. There he is. Oh, it's an AMA with TJ Allard. Where is the thing, dude?
Are you
dude
getting to the answers?
What is this, man? What is this? TJ Allard? He's famous producer of Skinwalker Ranch. Producer, creator, secrets of Skinwalker Ranch. Wait, is that on Netflix? I've never watched it. Sorry, TJ. I've never watched Skinwalker Ranch, guys. Sue me. I'm out here talking about teleporting planes, but I'm too good for smoking dogmen. TJ. Where's the space, TJ? I know you're watching. Hold on. I'm going to DM some people, see what's going on here, folks. Red Panda saw me go live. Return of TJ, guys. I don't know. How many people in the chat don't know who TJ is, guys? Do I really have to do a lore recap? I probably should. Okay, since we're on a live stream, and I want it to be entertaining. Okay, here's the lore. Wait, hold on. Let me message, make sure. I'm telling Red Panda and Tupacabra that, like, this is embarrassing for him, man. He's a producer. There we go. This man's a producer. Uh-oh. Hold on. Is that my DMs? Oh, it is.
Something that I can film.
Whatever. I don't care. I've been pretty open about who I DM, so I don't.
When
it makes
they
no difference
talk
to me.
about inventions,
How do I pause stuff?
That emerged
Dude,
post
there we go.
Roswell.
There we go.
That's one of the points of speculation.
I should want to listen
is
to that.
We have back engineered something.
Oh, there it goes. What the? Dude, this application is trolling me, guys. Okay, so I'll give you the TJ background while we get into space. Yes, you are correct. LanGG, whatever your name is. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, give me the pronunciation.
Go.
Here's the guy. This is the one.
Go again. Go. Come on.
Like,
go.
Yeah, that's Tip's thing.
Go.
I'm trying to have this shit balanced as I can. There are going to be, like I said earlier, there's going to be people in this space who have
We're
real
definitely
issues
trolling
with each
TJ,
other
I
that
guess.
are probably going to be on the same
we got?
speaking panel.
All my
And
issues are imaginary.
Where is he? He's
I
not even
need
in
you
here.
guys to just, as much as you can, just keep it professional, right? Everyone here has a job, right?
Guys, if
all
that's your
work and
intro,
stuff,
it's
right?
gonna
You
be a
don't fucking,
good
like,
space.
Like, just
I
keep
don't
it professional.
It's gonna be
Well,
a
that's because you're
good
living the
space.
fucking life, Tiff. I love it. I love it.
Tiff, just because it's called TJ Allard addresses everything does not mean it's a drama space.
Okay, I'm gonna mute
Yeah,
this. Okay, guys. So, quick background here for everybody. TJ Allard, he came in, showed up in some early MH370 spaces, and in those spaces, like, he made it all about him. Like, we spent an hour of 2 hours just talking about, like, trying to sell TJ Allard on what happened. It was, like, really weird. And so then I did a follow up where I was kind of mean to him, making fun of him. It was the Danny, TJ, and Julian space I live streamed it, and it was the funniest space stream I've ever done. So that means I don't have too much talent, but all we did was make memes and listen to them just cry and yell in the space, and TJ basically just talked nonstop and tried to take it over. So either way, it was super entertaining. So if you think I'm missing out on TJ Part 2, you haven't been following me closely enough. Definitely just there he is. There he is. Here we go, chat. Okay, you're all caught up. Oh, also TJ is the Skinwalker Ranch producer.
brand ambassador for TJ Allard.
Yes, I am not a secret. I am not a secret brand ambassador for TJ Allard. That's a fact.
I gotta get up
There he is. Tiff is. Oh my God, Tiff's gonna be. She's gonna be the levity. She's gonna be the levity tonight. There he is. TJ, what's up, bro?
Let's wave.
Let's go.
Let's wave at
Hey,
TJ.
man.
LFG.
Yeah. So wait, but like, let's talk regular. Let's just have a regular
I
conversation.
have no
How are
idea
you, TJ?
why TJ is doing an address and everything.
How was
right
your
now.
night? How was your night, bro?
So
It was,
random.
Very interesting. I'm sorry I would have been here earlier.
Gotta turn it up. You're so low.
I was at a business dinner, so ran late.
Ooh,
And,
business
yeah,
dinner. Oh,
last Friday.
he should name drop
This
somebody.
is all very surprising.
Who was he at dinner with?
This all kind of came to the surface, although it's been out there for a long time. So
TJ, I have to say, I genuinely, like, from
I
the
can't
bottom of my
tell
heart, I
if
appreciate
he's-
you
this is
fire
serious.
emojiing my gift. I mean, like, the fact that we can communicate like this
Don't be rude,
is really
guys.
important
Chat.
to the
Don't be
community.
rude.
I mean, listen, this is so good. Like, I'm always happy. I love this community. I've been, supportive and trying to help push it along for a long time.
Let's send
So,
TJ some heart emojis, guys.
This is good. This is good.
Well, we're both from LA. I mean, like, we know the business, but UFOs, they're hot right now, right?
Yeah, I mean,
TJ's definitely from LA, guys.
LA,
I've lived in
but
LA.
I'm
It's-
a New Yorker.
Don't like.
Oh,
He's
geez.
East Coast. Don't try to take the East Coast. Fucking don't do that. He's not from LA.
TJ, do you work more
Big
in
city.
LA or do you work more in
No,
the East Coast?
stuff. I was in New York City for 20 years or so.
I don't know. What do they
I
address?
did a
A
lot of
good
work
question.
out in LA.
Steve,
Most
I
of
have no
my
idea,
time has always
but it
been
honestly
spent
does not matter to
in
me.
the city.
I'm so excited about being in a space with TJ right now that it could be just literally about, I don't know, his adventures in New York City. It's a meme
So
stream.
do I, and I live here.
Yes.
It's so
Cool,
weird.
cool,
I
it's a
like
meme
never
stream.
leave my house.
That's rough.
Do you?
If you make any
do you
memes,
do UFO
you can post them in Discord. I'll share them on live stream.
I don't know.
I'll share them on the
That's
live
the thing.
stream.
Like I truly don't. Like I got to approach.
I love
this.
how like TJ's not even a UFO guy.
Right. That's what's so funny.
He's really not.
Bullshit.
Have you ever seen
No,
any
every
Bullshit,
time he comes into
TJ.
Space, he's like dumbfounded by our community. I love it.
No, I'm not at all. Like I've been part of. Like this has become, like, my about the last.
Sometimes I sit there at work and I'll be in this,
Skinwalker.
just sitting there in a meeting, and it's like a live meeting. We got video on, and I'm just looking for the emote button.
As much as possible.
Like I would emote
Find the different
somebody.
communities, find the good
I
people,
just treat
and
my
find
my
the
work
stories,
meetings like I do my
and
live
try
streams.
to elevate anything that I think is possible, which is why
Like
I
my spaces.
gravitated towards Sean early on, and I'll say it up front, like Sean's awesome. I've been talking probably 3-ish,
Send you guys
maybe
some
3-4
emojis.
years now, at least 3.
Yeah, and this is public. It's on. You can go look it up. This has
Love
already
emojis,
been
dude.
out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we've talked about this publicly
It's
many
in his
many
Wikipedia.
times.
Man,
Yes.
I gotta be
And
careful. I'm
I
just
was
drinking
drawn-
straight
Yeah.
vodka here.
I was
Yeah.
drawn to Sean because he was not.
I don't want to
trying
give the government a reason to disappear me.
Get any kind of. He wasn't trying to make money off of what his experiences are. What he was.
But
trying
we
to
are
do
gonna
was
figure out what
help.
happened to Amy
Like his
Eskridge.
request was always, "Hey, can somebody help me identify?"
We
this
are gonna figure out what
company?
happened
Can
to
I
Amy
get some,
Eskridge, chat.
Get some muscle behind.
That's
what's going on
real
here,
hard
to
truths.
look into these things.
I don't know
And so
what
I've
he's
been
talking
pitching to
about right
Sean
now.
or pitching shows about the experience.
Hello,
of
this
community
is
for
Greg.
a while now. It just has yet to kind
Okay,
of
here we
catch
go.
fire. I really think that's one of the next stages of this whole, this
No doubt.
exploring the phenomenon and
What is
exploring all these
this?
anomalies, and I think that it's a good next step, barring any physical.
We might have to
evidence
read
of
this
something.
Amy stuff if TJ bores us.
Well, yeah, it's like once they
What, are
like
they just-
acknowledge fully.
they're just
the
having a private
phenomena,
conversation?
It's going to be like the people who have experienced it
TJ, man.
firsthand will be the stars
TJ's
of the
just
show.
having private
So
conversations
like
now.
getting on top of it is very
They're
important.
just like having small talk.
What made you go for Skinwalker?
So the
What made him go for Skinwalker?
catalyst, or the inspiration, I should say, for Skinwalker was trying to do a longitudinal study about one location for an extended, for longitudinal meaning extended period of time at one
You
spot.
want to do a study in one
and setting
spot?
up
No
every
way.
sensor or device
That's how they
that can
came up
measure
with this
something,
story?
and
Or
then
the
trying to
Skinwalker thing?
find,
No, they
using
definitely knew
actual
about
science
Skinwalker
and
first,
trying
right?
to see if you can determine any kind of correlations between events and data. And so that was the pitch. The pitch was basically a paranormal Oak Island. And there were 2 locations that were interesting to networks, which were Area 51 and Skinwalker Ranch. Neither one of them could be
Let's get on the speaker panel.
kind of secured. And it took me almost 2 years of trying to do that. And then eventually getting to Brandon and pitching
Should
to
we
Brandon
troll
and
him?
convincing him to
I
do
kind of
this.
want to troll him, but I also want to
you know,
reconcile with
resulted
TJ.
in that series and the
It's tough
subsequent
life,
spin-offs.
guys.
So that's where,
What do we do?
it was more of a challenge.
Chat, I don't know what we do
the
here.
networks were like, oh, you can't get into this. You can't get Area 51. You can't get
troll TJ
Skinwalker. And I was
or
like, oh.
reconcile. Oop, we're speaker.
So basically, my opinion doesn't
So
matter
much pressure now.
on anything. But
It matters a lot
Mhm.
to me.
Well, my experiences have been, you know, just. So I did. I
Chat,
was
you decide.
affected
Ask the
by
audience.
the ranch. In the
Ask
sense
the
of
audience.
I got sick. I was super sick
Yeah,
for
TJ's right
about
there.
9 months.
He's right next to me, guys.
When I
He's so
started
close,
going
I
out
could
there,
touch him.
and I'd gone through all
Right
kind of
there.
testing. I had some kind of upper respiratory infection.
That perfect 5 o'clock
was,
shadow.
you know, assuming was caused by my time there.
Oh, is it going to?
I'd
Is he
gone
talking
to-
about COVID now?
I was in New York City at the time, gone to a number of doctors, gone through all kinds of tests. I've talked about.
Does he have
a
the
lot
long
of it publicly.
COVID?
Like some of the testing. I mean, the names of things I remember were like, I did something called like the midichlorian challenge or something along that lines, or like
Yeah, what is
the
he
iron
talking
lung,
about?
and trying to test all different parts of my lung capacity, and
He's got
they
the
were
long
continuously
COVIDs,
testing me
folks.
for some kind of viral infection or some kind of infection. But my understanding, my doctors were telling me, was that when they
no
test
candy.
for things, like so I'm in New
You got
York,
drunk stream, no candy.
for
Some
lack
bullshit.
of better terminology,
69%
medical
troll.
terminology, there was
Ooh.
no palette.
Guys,
to
1
test
minute to go
for,
to vote.
What could have potentially
Troll or reconcile
I
with
could
TJ,
have
folks.
potentially contracted or gotten while I
We're
was
on
out
this
there.
Like hitchhiker.
Because, yeah, well, so people call it the hitchhiker effect. That's one way that people describe it. But I suffered.
Parrish, I think we all want to know the answer to that
kinds
question.
of physical.
What are the
I had
motivations
physical
for
effects of
TJ
it.
to address anything?
And yeah,
Why do
and then
people care?
eventually I
Can
was
someone
also
catch me
hearing-
up?
I was saying I was hearing things.
I don't know.
But I had.
I don't know.
That were consistent
As to
with
why
things
do
like
people
radiation
care?
exposure.
It's TJ Allard,
And
guys.
so when I say hearing things, it was
the greatest
like
lol cow
if you
of
think
all
of it,
time.
if somebody has tinnitus, right, and you hear a constant
Totally.
ringing,
He's just literally telling us his medical situation, right?
Eventually, the way you deal with it is kind of like when you look at a cloud.
He's just
and you
having
see
random
something
talks
and
about
your
his lung
mind
capacity.
decides the shape, and now like you call that pareidolia, right?
Yeah,
Amazing.
absolutely.
And so the idea
Amazing
of what I
content,
was
chat.
hearing was
Chat, I need you guys to help me
like
out
an
here.
audio
We're
pareidolia.
definitely trolling.
Eventually, I put a
Gotta keep
pattern
this
or
chat
sound
moving,
to
folks.
this constant ringing.
Get
And
some likes so we can get some more people in here
Yeah,
for this
maybe I
TJ
don't know
Allard
that-
experience that's about to go down.
It's like a
Um,
senses, like whatever. But yeah, totally. I get
Sure.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
People
so-
want to
so-
know
so,
why
yes,
I'm doing this
I've been impacted
because I
by
freaking
my
like
time
it.
out there.
That's why. I just do
yeah,
stuff
and
that I like.
eventually, after going
what I
out
do.
there, after I stopped going out there, it took a while. God, I can't
TJ
remember.
Allard,
You're talking like 6 months to a
please
year that
put a
it
little bit of
finally stopped.
respect on
Wait,
TJ
what was
Allard's
that?
name.
And about 6 months to a year, the symptoms stopped, and then that was it, and I'm all
No,
set.
I mean,
I'm
I
not
can't, I
interested in
can't be
going back out.
serious. Chad, I can't be serious. Put some respect into
2018 maybe.
Oh, wild.
I
So
can't-
it's like been
I can't do
haunting
it.
you basically ever since. Like you had a
Well,
really
no,
profound
no.
experience.
I want to say put some
It's not
respect on
haunting me,
TJ
right? So
Allard's
after you
name,
don't go
but
out there anymore, I just never.
Skinwalker Ranch.
That was it. It stopped.
Have you spent much
Brandon
time with
Fugel,
Chris
if you're out
Bartel
there,
or
I'm not
spoke to
trying
him
to
much?
disrespect Skinwalker Ranch.
I think I spoke
think
to
he
him
has
a
to
few
do
years
serious
back.
work. I just
Seems like good guy. Like he has
having a hard
his,
time staying
his
serious at the
take,
moment.
his stories, his experiences out there.
He had like
Um,
not only a profound spiritual experience, but he also had some profound
I don't even know what
hitchhiker
we
effect
asked him here.
experiences from Skinwalker Ranch when he was on Bigelow's.
Sorry,
payroll.
Parrish, we
I
already
don't know
voted.
if it's ever interesting
You
to
missed
you
out.
just
It was
to
75%
spark up
to
a
troll
conversation
TJ
because
Allard.
people
So
love Chris Bartel.
I'm just
And
waiting
like
for the right
your
moment.
experience with Skinwalker Ranch.
Wait-
So
waiting
like
for
the
the right
two of you
moment.
coming together
We need
and
Keemstar in here.
just chatting about the ranch, I guarantee
I'm gonna
you
get
get like
Keemstar in here.
so many people listening. But I appreciate you coming tonight, and I'm gonna shut up now. But I just want to say thank you, TJ, and
worries.
whatever.
He's probably busy.
Thanks
with some
for
other stuff.
breaking the ice, Tiff, and doing that. Fucking love you. Enjoy your wine over there.
I'm still here.
All right,
I'm
so
still here. You'll hear me.
let me say this, right? If you guys don't mind, like the space and repost it. Not for my ego, because I would like to get some people who are on the opposite side of this. I would like to get them on the panel. I really don't want this to be like a one-sided thing. So if you guys could do that, or if you want to tag them, whatever it is, let's do that. But I just want to read. Let me go find it because I'm doing this in fucking real time. I want to read. TJ, you're funny. I want to read something that I saw. So this is my introduction to this conversation that we're going to address tonight, and this is the first post that I saw. So I'm going to read it. And I would love to get Darren in here. If anybody can get Darren in here, I'm gonna read the two posts that I saw just so people can get some context if you don't know what we're talking about here. Okay, so Darren says, this is Dazzle Woke Guy on Twitter.
I'm muted. Oh, they're serious
He
here.
says,
They're
hey TJ,
serious.
just wondering, what is your connection to Skyfire News? Do you have a hand in that? Seems very similar to Storyfire in name. And you seem to be pretty close with Tupa and Keem. You are also a producer for the Skinwalker Ranch show, and there was recently a big scandal with UFO Shane being paid by someone he thought was from that team. Have you looked into that at all? Red Panda Koala is making a movie about UFO Shane. It all seems a bit hokey to me. And this is the other tweet that I saw from him. There may have been more because I didn't go looking. This is literally what I saw on my timeline. Okay. He said, hello, UFO Twitter. It seems like we have a thread to
actually
pull.
a space about this right now.
Many may have heard that UFO Shane has been being paid by claiming to be a representative of Skinwalker Ranch.
This way too serious.
Red Panda Koala is supposedly making a documentary about UFO Shane. Here are how are the two connected? Well, Keemstar runs Skyfire News, which Panda works for. Keem is managed by LFM Management. LFM Management's person in charge of acquisitions is TJ Allard. TJ Allard is a producer for Skinwalker Ranch. It looks like there may be some alleged fuckery afoot, my friends. Follow the money. Is drama being pushed on this community for the sake of entertainment? Is Panda being funded to create this film as a means to sow discord in the UFO community? Who is receiving payment for all of this, and who
meme space or
is
not?
paying?
I can't tell if this is serious or not.
So
I'm assuming it's not, but
that's what I saw. Those are the tweets that I saw, and I did see some subsequent stuff after that. So I'll just hold. I'm gonna mute up. Hold up. I'm gonna mute up, and I'm gonna let TJ. I mean, whatever you have to say from there, we'll just let it go from there. But that's what I saw. If you feel free.
Damning allegations.
Yeah, I mean, this is.
Pay me, and I will do it.
Sean, is this the stuff that you text me about? Like,
yes,
like,
this is
like, I had no idea
yes,
this was happening.
Yeah, oh yeah, those are the screenshots that I sent you, and I was like, what the hell was going on here? Yeah, that's
TJ
it.
not know about these damning allegations?
That's awesome. That's funny. I mean, and I sent you some other stuff in there.
Wow,
too,
TJ doesn't know about these damning allegations, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is great. I mean, it's no secret, you know, one of the creators of Skinwalker.
Oh, we have to skip this rant.
And yes, I've worked with.
TJ Allard.
LFM,
the legend,
to do some stuff.
Ooh, spicy! He worked with LFM.
Great proximity. So when I moved out of New York City,
why is he making it sound so sketchy? Why did you just say no?
His manager John from LFM.
Why did you say no?
And yeah, we've been
that question.
You know, kicking around ideas for a long time. And so you know, people read into a lot of this. It's funny that
I'm gonna pretend like
it kind of goes to the mentality of a lot of the if this then that, so it must be true logic. You know, without anyone knowing any of the backstory or any of this information. I wish
I'm gonna say he didn't deny it.
There was the money element there, but it's no secret. Yeah,
Yeah, tell me, guys, what do you want to ask you?
I think someone called me the UFO media mafia boss now. I mean, there's some truth in that. I've been congenially involved in a lot of this stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'm just curious about like where all this came from, why all the digging all of a sudden, and like,
so
what prompted all this?
TJ's
it's kind of like what in the world? And yes,
seriously,
I know Red
not
Panda,
really sure.
like like through you, right? I met a lot of these people, the community people here through you, and I like these are good people that I've interacted with. I felt like they've had their finger on the pulse of stuff, and and then at a certain point, I think Keem started jumping in, and I think Sean with you, like I tried to bring him in a couple of your spaces, because I'm like, this is what I really want to go. I think that there's something
I'm honestly
there.
surprised that he's taking this seriously.
Just kind of introduce him to like other parts of this community. And
like, dude,
that guy's a genius. Like,
he's
he
reacting
runs with
to a
his own stuff.
troll,
Like, he
like,
knows
in serious
how to
terms.
aggregate this, and this is his wheelhouse. And I mean, I think this is probably the best thing that could have happened.
All right, so let me ask you this, right? Because I don't want this, because I told you, like, I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Oh, of course, man.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna, like, I'm not, full disclosure, I'm friends with TJ, but I know nothing about this business. I don't know anything about any of this until I saw it. Okay, like, I don't.
He's not impartial.
Some of the stuff that I'm seeing is, and by the way, I wasn't familiar at all with Keemstar before he came into the UFO community. I know millions of people have been. It just never crossed my table, like, ever. So my introduction to him is whatever I've seen on Twitter, right? I want to put that out there. I'm not a fucking fanboy. I just don't care, and it's no disrespect to him. It's just anybody. Like, I don't care, right? That's first. But, like, there are some people who are like, he like, I've seen people say he goes into different communities. He's done this before. The what is it called? The drama alert thing. Like, this is kind of what he does, and they feel like
maybe it's not a good idea to troll him too hard.
That he's kind of here to sow discord, maybe, and it's for that purpose. Like, let's take it off you for a second and all the allegations. Like, do you understand that perspective, or do you not understand that perspective?
Oh, no, I can see how people
would say no.
Take that angle on it. But it's not about sowing
that angle.
Discourse. It's about there is obviously a lot of discourse in the UFO community.
I'm gonna be
there's a lot of drama, and I have equated Keem in the past to, like, the Ryan Seacrest of the
Ryan Seacrest.
Right. So he did for traditional celebrities. He did what Ryan Seacrest did for traditional celebrities. Keemstar did it did that same thing for influencers.
I'm telling them. I'm just telling
and that is one of that.
Call you
there's
Ryan
a skill set
Seacrest.
there. There is. If anyone could do it, they would. And guess what? They didn't. And so he's carved out. He has found in this new media environment, this the new digital age, like, found a way to reach people in a way that wasn't being reached, and kind of aggregating and bringing it all into a home base, so that if you want to know what is going on in a community of any kind, in terms of the conflict within it, that's the person to go to. Now, one of the things is that I think that Skyfire News is doing is kind of like, again, aggregating. There's no place to go right now. It's a one-stop shop.
It's about to get good.
The UFO world, right? I think it was him.
TJ sounds so sincere. I can't believe how serious he's taking this.
You can't find anything out unless
I thought this was a meme space,
and then you have to listen to that whole video and then go through it, get the backstories, blah blah blah. Well, if you can find a way to distill that down to bites that are easily consumable, that appeal to people in the way they consume information now, that's where he's going to go. Like, you know what? I think that was great. Kind of like gap. It's
Ryan Seacrest.
Basically gap analysis, right? So you found a gap in a market and you fill it.
His reaction
and that's where success comes. And I think that was
what do you think is the best way to consume information?
What is he talking about the market and
Wait,
stuff?
hold on, Tiff. I love you, but just give me a second, because we are going to do hands, just because I want to keep this as structured as possible. No, it's listen. You're drinking wine. You're enjoying your life over there. I'm not mad.
I love you.
All right. I love you too, Tiff. Okay, so you know what? Ashton has his hand up. I'll wait. Go ahead, Ashton.
Oh, thanks, Sean. Appreciate it, man. Hey, TJ, how are you doing?
Good, man. How are you? Good to see you.
It's been a day, man. I'm having a good time though. Having a couple drinks, but we don't have a lot of people on the other side in here, so I was thinking maybe I'll just, I want to.
Yeah, me. That's kind of what I'm waiting for. Like, just for the conversation again. Like, I'm not here to fucking fight. Like, this is not going to be a scheme. I want everyone to get their shit off, whatever they have to say. I would love for anybody on that side who, has their feelings and thoughts to jump up. If anyone can tag them or see if they want.
I messaged Darren. I want to hear Darren's
until they show up. I don't mind being the prosecutor here.
What's the other side is what I'm trying to understand.
The side is that you're sowing discord in our community, and that you brought Keemstar in, and that it's no accident of what's going on. That's my little short version that I've seen, but maybe there's more. I really don't know. I can read the tweet off to you again, because there are a lot of connections.
What about those payments though to UFO Shane?
Oh,
you got some
let's talk about
there?
that.
How long have you known
Let's talk
UFO
about that.
Shane,
Okay.
TJ? How long?
Yeah, so do you know UFO Shane?
I don't know who UFO Shane is. I asked when you sent me that stuff, I started asking who is this guy? And no one could answer. Nobody knew. And again, I'm not really in that, that community, to actually know. But yeah, I'd be.
Well, let me just say this. I like, that's what I like. What I do know about you is you're not. You have business in this community, certain names, but you really, you're not in the mix of this stuff. It was to the point where you named a particular person, and you said it as a group, and it was just funny because to me it was that's how much you're not focused on it, and which is telling to me. But if anyone doesn't know, UFO Shane is someone on UFO Twitter, and he allegedly was getting paid, he says, by someone from Skinwalker Ranch. I heard that he said it was Brandon at one point, and then it switched. And $800 a month, $200 a week.
90 people in here.
Should we play
Bitcoin.
the clip?
If you have it, go for it.
Yeah, just give me 20 seconds, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
So yeah, that was the.
I was
go
ask,
ahead.
TJ, how long have you known Keemstar? Maybe that's a more important question. If we're trying to find some connection here. Keemstar, don't laugh.
They're neighbors. How long you
They're neighbors? Whoa, busted.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, guys, it's pretty funny because my manager.
Cool. You guys obviously live in a good neighborhood, semi.
My manager.
Tiff, can you hear?
I cannot.
Keemstar?
I'll drop down.
Yeah, just drop down, come back up. Cool. Yeah, it's all right.
My manager and me are childhood friends, and we still live relatively close. TJ's our neighbor as well. That's how we all know each other. So Darren made this video, and he's follow the money, and he made a pyramid, and he put TJ at the top, me and Brandon Fugel in the second row, and then Shane and all these other people below, and it says follow the money. So I called Darren, and I just explained what I just told you guys now. And I go, so what's the conspiracy here? And he literally told me,
Stephen Greenstreet's
I don't know. We're going to have to follow the money.
Nice.
What does that mean?
Yep, it means nothing.
TJ, damn, Keemstar immediately ruins the. We can't do the trolling anymore. He's too funny.
And by the way, the only one that I know 100% that traded money back and forth was Darren and Shane. And Darren, literally is the one that gave him money. So I'm just following the money, bro.
So I don't even know I don't know who's Darren? I don't even know who Darren is.
He's the guy that made the big follow the money pyramid thing today. He's okay. I don't.
He's also the guy. The tweets I was reading earlier, TJ. That's who said that. And just real quick, yeah, let's. I'm gonna do strict no hands just so we can get this shit out. Red, do you have that clip ready?
They're really actually quite.
Yeah, here's the clip of him first saying he got paid.
All right, listen. I literally did the same thing Lou did. I contacted Brandon Fugel.
This is UFO Shane.
Guys, and I've lost all access because I asked one simple question that wasn't to their liking. So that's where I'm basing my. Once again, this is my thing. I'm not trying to say this is what happened to Lou exactly or other people exactly. But I used to get paid every month.
There's almost 100 people in this meme stream in meme space right now. Which has no
but then I asked,
we bring up Stephen Greenstreet. Where's he at?
I asked one fucking question. One fucking thing.
He left.
I asked one fucking thing about the phenomenon about the Brandon Fugel. How?
I can't. What the hell? You can't see more people.
Hero Shane loved it. So I got an email.
We need to get some trolls up here.
And I could look it up. I can't remember his name. He runs the site, and they gave me a lifetime membership. And I know Lou's probably laughing his ass off right now. But I guarantee you the same can't stand. They gave me a lifetime membership to Skinwalker Ranch, and they gave me a sponsorship to Skinwalker Ranch if I mentioned the website in my show.
Boring.
And it rounded out to be like, hold on. And Kimball knows all this, by the way. He's never spoken about it, but Kimball was there with me the whole way.
Is this real?
And Kimball knows about all this, and they paid me like $800 a month.
Wow.
Wait, where's...
Who told you to comment on Blackball's video? Because that has nothing to do with Skinwalker Ranch. Who told you to go tell him, hey, this harassment you're talking about? Who told you that?
It was that fucking dude, and I don't remember his fucking name. I'm sorry that I don't. But he was paying me $800 a month, man.
Wait, okay, hold on. The guy paying you $800 a month is the one that told you to go attack Greenwald.
Yeah, and they also told me to be nice to Stephen Greenstreet.
Okay, that's all we need to hear.
I know.
Oh my God, it's true. Yeah,
I know,
if you're in this community, if you're in this UFO community, there is some shady fucking shit going on.
100%, man.
Fuck?
And you know she wasn't the only one getting paid. That's
by all means, I wasn't. Now, there were people like Kimball. Like, Kimball paid me money for UFO interest, but that's all open book. Like, it was all like we're honestly getting guests on the show.
How do you not enjoy this? I might have to get another drink. Listen to this, man.
Right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and you pay people for their time. There's nothing wrong with being paid for your time, and that's what Kimball did.
Nah, if you don't enjoy
but there was
this,
also someone who paid me money
then you
to just talk good about Skinwalker Ranch and shit on John Greenwald.
I don't take life too serious.
Okay, so
this is what Shane said. How much of it is true?
Yeah, real quick. Like Shane is a liar too, so I don't know. I'm not saying none of that's true, but just take that with a grain of salt because Brandon Fugel was in a space, the owner of Skinwalker Ranch, and correct me if I'm wrong, he denied all of this. Is that correct?
And if you don't...
Yeah, he denied. And I think I have like two payments of $800. Is that correct, guys?
Watching like the guy on Cheaters get stabbed.
Say again, Trace?
I remember seeing only two payments of Bitcoin for around $800.
It's not that funny, but it's funny because he's just in the sketchiest stuff. Like,
I only remember ever seeing two of them. That could be verified.
Get stabbed. Catching people who are cheating.
We don't know who that was.
Sorry, I'm over talking this, but it doesn't matter. So.
But I think the relevant thing there is the person that he said was paying him denied paying him, which is odd.
He said it was a middleman.
Okay,
it was the guy who ran the website. TJ, do you know who runs the website for Skinwalker Ranch?
I don't. I think that keeps on changing. I'm not involved with that Skinwalker, the ranch website.
Actually, I just got a message saying there was no payments of $800, so I could be wrong there.
Well, that's the thing. It's kind of muddy. Like, I don't really know what's going on with that, but that was a major part of how TJ got brought in to this. I'm gonna. Yeah, this is fucking.
Those people are. That's what's really funny. Like, I don't know who Daryl or the other guy are. I don't even know who those people are. And that's what's even funnier. Like,
I love that you said Daryl.
What's his name?
It's Darren, and you know what? Like, honestly, I am one of Shane's actual friends in real life. Like, we have phone numbers, etc. And Shane, he's an alcoholic. Him and I, like, we butt heads all day long.
She's just sharing the dirt.
Because I'm a recovering addict. I'm drunk right now. You know what? And actually, I'm a recovering alcoholic, so I'm not the best person to say shit right now. But
I don't know what's going on here.
Tiff, I love Tiff. I love you. Mute up or get to the point, and I'll talk to you in the group chat. What's up? Come on.
You know what? I might cry and still on the mic. I'm just kidding. So no, Shane. He
wow.
He received this $800 from a Bitcoin wallet that served like $2 billion worth of transactions. Shane loves Bitcoin gambling, So unless there's
Shane
an account that we
loves
know, like
Bitcoin
if it's
gambling.
Fred Rogers or the government that
She's
has
just
$2
talking
billion
all
in
kinds of smack about
transactions,
her.
it's
What the
probably
hell?
a Bitcoin casino. He got really
Bitcoin
drunk.
casino?
He loves the clout. Like Keemstar, he's literally, since his mother was
loves the
pregnant with
clout.
him, he's like, I've been subscribed to Keemstar, and it just like
Since
he was
his mother was
bewildered.
pregnant
But that's
with
just
him.
something to keep in mind. I don't
Divine
know. I'm gonna
intervention.
obviously, because I'm just like a dumb girl. But whatever.
But that's what I mean, right? So like even his claims can't be taken necessarily as truth. So when something starts from bullshit, like you got to be very careful of like what the fuck is going on from there. And that was a major springboard to how TJ, how you got brought in this. UFO intros, Kemba, what's up? Your hands up.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. Just to add a little context for a lot of this for you and TJ, maybe. So there's some history in a lot of this. You have a group of people who do not like Chupacabra or Red Panda Koala, and they've done all kinds of nasty shit. Red and Tupa come along, and they're starting Skyfire News with Keemstar. And so people have been trying to attack Skyfire News for various reasons. And so when all this came up a week ago, where Shane was talking about getting payments from Skinwalker Ranch, and then they found there was a connection between TJ and Keemstar.
I want some of the lolcows.
That's kind of where all this is coming from. So you have these personal beefs, this long history against certain people who happen to be involved with Shane that kind of no one's involved with. But if Shane is making this stuff up, and it wouldn't surprise me, honestly, based on my history with him, but it is a pretty long con, because I do remember getting DMs from him back last spring about these payments from someone at Skinwalker Ranch.
All right. See, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's extremely relevant.
Thank you, Kimball.
Because that's what I was thinking, right? Because I'm like, we know that they're, Tup and Sam and a lot of that other group, they don't get along for various reasons. I have an echo. I don't know who's someone's mic's on it.
Can you mute up?
It's Red.
Thanks, Red.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, no, you're good. So I was just wondering, I'm like, how much of this is a situation where you got like some fucking murder beef with somebody, like you don't fuck with somebody, and then now you're attacking people associated with them, and now it's just all out war. Like, what the hell's going on? And some of it looked like that. Like, that's just from the outside in, not knowing any of this shit. That's what it seemed like. So,
Sean, can I just say, like, on topic, that
sorry guys,
Shane,
I've been drinking tonight, so I'm not going to be doing any extra
Carl
science or
vibe,
conspiracy stuff.
Carl the
Although
Crusher,
I've got
whatever,
5
he
tabs
used to work
open
on
of
Skinwalker
Amy
Ranch,
Eckridge
that he was the one who said that he needs to be nice to Green.
Tiff, I have that right here.
Are these guys serious?
So Red has.
I had Carl and Chris telling me to be nice to.
Listen to this, Green Street.
To Stephen Greenstreet, because Stephen Greenstreet was going to tell the truth.
Is he here?
And then what Stephen Greenstreet said was not what they wanted. And then I was told I didn't have to be nice anymore. So I was literally told to be cool to this guy. And I've been in spaces with Stephen Greenstreet. I've DM'd with him. And then all of a sudden, it's just like fucking a dead man's trigger. It's just like, fuck this. He's an asshole. He's this.
Who said that specifically?
No one told me to be mean to him, but I was told to not be critical of him.
Who told you that? Stop. Don't flex. Come on.
I'm trying. I'm super drunk. I'm trying. But Carl the Crusher.
Super drunk.
Mostly Carl. Chris doesn't give a shit. Honestly, I think Chris is the best fucking example of someone who's just trying to figure it out. Like,
Carl
no
directed you to be mean to, like,
No, he told me to be nice to Stephen.
Yeah, I don't know if this is not entertaining to you, man. I don't know what to say.
Being nice to Green.
Yeah, if you want to check out science or conspiracies, it's going to be tomorrow. I'm just into the drama right now. TJ Allard, producer of Skinwalker Ranch. Somehow I was in the middle of all the drama.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
Yeah, it's just really quiet.
The video that told him to go to the West Gate and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't. I got to just be like closer to the mic is the answer.
Chris never said anything like that. But Carl told me, like, we've been working with Green Street. We've been doing this with Green Street.
deep
like,
UFO
cool,
Twitter
man.
drama you're in
I
right now.
love you
chat.
guys. I love your
This
videos.
is the drama. You're all
cool.
the main players.
I'll be nice to Green Street.
Okay.
And
They're
then
represented. They're not here with us in
Green
body,
Street came
but
out with that
they're here
video,
with
and it's
us
like,
in
fuck it,
spirit.
all fucking drugs are off.
We're
And then,
trying to lure, like, we have
So,
like
very interesting.
fishing
Very
rod
interesting.
in.
That
We're
was,
trying
by
to
the
get it.
way,
We're trying to catch a
before
big
any
fish.
Skyfire, Keem, anything.
That's what I'm saying, Panda. Like Shane is a drunk person. He's a drunk person who is a clout chaser, and so like he is easily influenced. So if Carl
Yeah,
lied,
and
like,
people know
literally,
that.
was a bit
People know that too.
casino.
People fucking know that.
Talking
And
shit about Shane.
It's evident.
hold on, let me hold on, Tiff. I gotta get around the room.
Bitcoin casino.
Just real quick, guys. I still would like the other side, anybody, to be in here. So if you could just like this, retweet it, whatever. Like even if one of them come up, just so I don't want this to be an echo chamber. I want this to be a dialogue.
No, to be fair, I think they're holding a space.
Listen,
over
cool.
in-
I mean, you know,
they have a
can
special
come.
guest, is what I.
We have
I-
They can come through if they want. They don't have to. Ashton, you had your hand up. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, they may
Darren
have
says
a
he's
special
busy
guest.
with life right now, just so you know.
Yeah, they should come in because I mean, we got
Cool.
TJ here. You know, it's this is a very serious conversation here and very serious allegations that we're dealing with. TJ, what do you think in terms of, you know, have you been trying to influence the UFO community through Keemstar? Did you bring him here to bring us more drama? What was your intention, sir?
There was no intentions. Oh my God, it's just kind of funny. Like, it's not at all. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not a. That was not an intention. Keem loves this stuff, and again, like he this is what he does. Like, he knows where this is happening.
Solar, I've
like,
actually never seen Skinwalker.
This is awesome. There's a lot going in here. How can I, you know, fill a gap? Fill
TJ doesn't even know who the people we're talking about are.
Needing to be filled, and you know, it was more one of these conversations. Like, yeah, I just happened to be, you know, one of the creators of the biggest UFO show of all time, and it was like we start talking, and he's like, yeah, you know, he's been around. He kind of jumps in spaces in and out. We talk about stuff, but like, no, I didn't bring anything. Keem was like, wow, I'm going there, and did his own thing, man. Like, that's not my, you know, I wasn't saying to him like, you know, hey, let's do this. Let's bring drama to the community. Nothing like that at all.
Yeah, but when were the CIA
it's
meetings
ridiculous.
where you guys discussed how you would have Keemstar destroy the community, though?
Oh, okay, yeah. I gotta find a date. Right, there's got to be a specific date here or something. No, there truly isn't. There's nothing. I wish I had an answer for you there. I just don't. That's a good question, though. I can see where people are coming at it from that angle. But you know, Keem has been sitting here with his hand up for a long time. I wonder if he has anything to contribute. Like, go for it, man.
Thank you. Just I gotta like go back and explain how this all played out, right? So obviously we know there's a hate group, right? A group of people that sit there and spam and attack and this and that. And oh my God, you said something about Lou Elizondo. This hate group seems to be like in love with Lou Elizondo for some reason. But that's the group. They exist. It's very clear.
It's very true.
And when Shane revealed that he was getting paid by someone, and he did get paid by someone, there's a Bitcoin address. We have the receipts. Right away, they got accused of being the ones to pay Shane, right? So their way to kind of like turn this all around so they're not a suspect is by making pyramids of me and TJ at the top and Brandon Fugel, and somehow Shane's down there and follow the money. But the guy who created this conspiracy, right, is the only person that we know for a fact who gave Shane money. He's the only one. His name's Darren.
That's bullshit.
What? Okay.
Kimball gave him a lot of money.
Okay, intros. Go ahead. What's bullshit?
Well, first of all, I've paid Shane small amounts to get guests or whatever. But honestly, I feel like what Darren was doing for Shane at the time, I don't know everything, but on the surface, it was a good thing. It was a GoFundMe. He was trying to raise money to bail Shane out of jail. Jesus. So I don't know that we need to hold that against Darren. Honestly,
is here.
Shane is a supernatural creature.
But I'm sorry. UFO intros. You don't understand. This conspiracy comes from Darren.
So confused.
Right, but you're using a payment he did out of generosity.
So hold on. Let me just hold on.
Oh, it's getting good.
Hold on.
All right, hold on.
Yes.
Let me just real quick. This is the first time I ever had to use that button. Let me just hold on. The reason why it's more ironic, right? Like Darren is not
back to the UFO Shane
like
stuff,
Darren can pay anyone who he wants. Like Kimball, you're just a member of the community. I don't care who you pay with your money to do anything. Like you're not. It doesn't matter. But it is ironic if Darren was paying someone and now he's making. It's just kind of ironic. It's definitely a little bit ironic if it's like, dude, you're the only one that was doing that, or you were actually doing that.
Sometimes
and
you
now
gotta
if
take
you're
it
trying to connect dots that might not be there to connect,
and I didn't get much sleep
and
last night because we had this
draw this conclusion when you were the one that did it. It's kind of ironic.
Yeah, that is my point. That is my point. Thank you, Sean.
Well, and you might have a point too, based on what Tiff said. You might have a point just because he is easily influenceable, and so even if it was a payment made out of generosity, that may have been some kind of an attempt to influence Shane. So there could be something there.
Dude, there are mentally ill people in this community that people fucking prey on, and it's sick. And Shane's definitely one of them that he's been
stalking us
on the other side of that. Absolutely. That's a fact. I've seen it.
It's very
I've seen it.
I want to ask Keem a couple questions here, and I just address a couple things. I want to address one, the hate group, where I don't think it's an organized effort. I think we're talking about people with individualistic kind of clique personalities. Yes, people kind of group together a little bit and kind of band together and choose to, dislike a certain person or whatever. But I don't think there's any coordinated effort to attack people in the community. At least not in that sense.
Okay.
Now, I do want to ask Keem.
Can you tweet out Lou Elizondo sucks? He's a liar.
Well,
let's
I don't
test
think
it out
that.
right now. Let's test it out right now. No, if you don't think this, let's do a science experiment and let's gather the evidence. I'm so sick of people saying, "Well, I don't think."
I'm not going to tweet out something I don't believe.
Let's try to do
Can
a
you
test
tweet
and
out,
find
I've
out.
never had better dick than Stone Date.
Listen,
tweet
get
that
him
out
in here.
just to see what would happen.
I do want to ask Keem. So you are known for drama alert. It does seem from some angles that you're coming into the community kind of feeding off some of the drama that's already existed. Would you say that's untrue?
Feeding off the drama.
I wouldn't say that's untrue because there is a ton of drama in here. And the nature of news, for the most part, is drama, right? Conflict, battles.
Feeding off the drama.
The battling of ideas, right? That's what news is.
So you're saying that UFO Twitter has peaked in its drama so much so that TJ Allard and Keemstar are like all hands on deck.
I think there's opportunities in the drama to create content. And,
real quick, hold on. Let me sorry, Jace. Let me just say this, right? Like, and I found this out because I didn't know Keemstar until we came into the community. He has something called Drama Alert. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. So like, I think if that's part of his brand, he's probably going to try to capitalize on it from a financial standpoint. I think I don't know what other areas or communities he's been in. He's probably done the same there. I'm not saying that in a bad way either. So please don't fucking jump on me. I'm saying it as a business fact, probably.
Yeah, we need some more.
However, it's a whole different thing. Yeah. Just let me land real quick. It's a whole different thing to then take that and then make it like a psyop just because we're into UFOs and shit. Not you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying that this is being said. I'm saying this is like one of the things that people are saying.
Things are being said.
Like it's part of this. That's why TJ's here because it's spread. Hold on.
The same thing.
Just Tiff, please. Tiff, you gotta throw your hand up. I love you, but you have to throw your hand up.
Okay,
go ahead,
quick.
Chase.
The same thing I'm saying about the UFO hate group, I would say to Darren and his coordinated effort. That's not normally how things work. There's not normally a coordinated to an extent of they have a plan to go after and attack a certain person. It is normally cliques of people coming together and saying, yeah, we all dislike so-and-so and come after a certain...
Why does this entertain me?
It's all on their own individualistic kind of will. So that's how I see it.
This entertains me more than that.
So I think it's ridiculous to say that, TJ and Keem are in cahoots to go after something, and then it's also kind of unrealistic to say there's a UFO hate group. Neither side, I don't think, are really doing that.
Oh, cool. Can I speak for myself now and why I'm here? It would be lovely.
Yeah, go for it.
It would be lovely. I've followed the UFO phenomenon for years and years and years. I had my own experience when I was a child. I've always been interested in this stuff. Did not know that there was a community. First time I found like the UFO Twitter community was, I think TJ was hosting a space and I just jumped in to listen, and it was awesome. I was like, wow, I didn't even know this thing existed. I wanted to find like a news network in the space that would keep me up to date with all the news, because every day there is news in this space.
That's funny because I had no
and it
idea
didn't exist.
Who he was before this.
And everything is like in a 3-hour podcast or a long article, and people don't have time for that. Like, I wanted there to be an outlet that has short clips.
Oh, I thought we
tweets, pictures, whatever, something real short to give you the most important part of that story. And then once you're, brought up to date with that short form content and you want to research it further, then, there's a link to the original source, or, it's credited.
I think the space name is accurate.
And because that doesn't exist,
return to TJ.
I made it. That's why I'm here.
Fans.
Now, the whole idea of like, Keemstar came in and he's causing all this drama. I've responded to a lot of drama.
We gotta make it accurate, guys.
I think we were about 3 days old when somebody accused me of pretending to conduct the interview because we took a clip from their interview, even though we credited them. They created this entire false narrative that we were pretending to conduct an interview because we used the clip of theirs. So I had to respond to that.
People in blogs?
Then, go ahead.
And I did say there was already drama here, so I'm not saying you're necessarily creating all the drama. There's been drama since UFO Twitter existed, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not arguing with that point.
Then, because I brought on Tuba and Red, this hate group thing, they started attacking Skyfire News nonstop and attacking me and talking smack left and right. This Milk Farts person tweeted out, Keemstar's afraid of me. He will never have a conversation with me. So I said, okay, let's set it up in person. And, this pussy backed out right away and started putting all these conditions that, like, I couldn't make money off of it, and he had to have the final edit. So he got owned, and that really set them off. What else happened? I caught Mike, UFO Mike, going in and calling people pedophiles, like no evidence and no proof. And then I caught his wife cheating on him. That was pretty embarrassing.
Can we get them in here?
All those guys are in their own space right now. I mean, listen, I said it out. I don't want to hear no shit afterwards that this was like a fucking echo chamber. I even put it in the description. Let's have a conversation. Everybody's welcome. I don't have any personal issues with anybody that fucking read that. But they had the chance to come in. If they don't want to come in, they don't have to fucking come in.
But Sean, that's my point. Those guys in the other space, that's the group that I'm talking about.
I know that. I was referring to TJ because TJ so doesn't care about any of this that I'm kind of just telling him like that group, like they're having their own thing right now, and that's fine. I'm very aware of who the group is, man. I know who you guys are talking about. Let's get to Red. What's up, Red?
Real quick for Chase. Oh, and hey, welcome, Green Street. Quick reminder for the room. Everyone be sure to follow Skyfire News that has been on the forefront of breaking this story about the illegal and really sketch ways that money is thrown around in this community for narrative control. UFO Shane himself said he was paid to promote Skinwalker Ranch and attack people. There's a paper
right
trail that there were
But
payments.
again, that's just one person saying something. You can't, unless there's direct proof that he's getting paid by Skinwalker Ranch, that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, so like I said, just continue to follow Skyfire News. It's an active investigation into people who are clearly not wanting what they've done to come to light.
I'm pretty sure I heard Red say that Shane said that, not a group of people. I don't know why we needed a clarification that it was one person.
And then real quick, here's another great clip in this whole kind of like perception management stuff that's been going on. Joe Rogan and Pasulka talking about the harassment of ufologists. And we already have many documented cases of this same group that we're talking about going after her. And I even have Milk Fart saying he was ordered to attack her and he doesn't even know why. But first, Joe Rogan.
Red Panda.
So what I found was that there were
Napoleon
several
Dynamite
different
for some reason.
factions within the perception management of UFOs.
He's just got everything recorded.
And
it feels like he's like playing
one
a
of the
record.
factions was responsible for sadly harassing people who do
Joe
research.
Rogan, here we
And
go.
I found this out by being harassed.
We're actually, in all seriousness, we're talking about this group of people that's like weirdly
here I am,
obsessed with
just
Lil Zonda
your
on Twitter.
average professor doing
it's
their
real.
work.
Like Keemstar's not messing around. Like, these other guys just don't.
Doing it
Like they've
pretty
like,
well.
normalized it.
And then I start to study UFOs, thinking that they're not real,
Maybe I just
thinking
have
that
to,
it's,
instead of making a
just
joke out
a
of this, maybe
form,
we
a
have to
new
just call
form
them
of
out.
religion.
Change our tone.
And then quickly having people come into my sphere, research sphere, who are, part of CIA, part of FBI, that kind of thing. And then getting a shock that, whoa, this could be dangerous and maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But I did get harassed, though. I did get harassed. And it still happens.
Oh, how'd you get harassed?
Most of it is doxing and email harassment at my university began, and both to me and Gary at the same time, and people showing up.
People?
Yeah, people in my town showing
Like
up.
what kind of people? Schizophrenics?
No, but
No?
but people you wouldn't
Loons?
want to meet. Yeah.
Loons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that's targeted? Do you think that's on
it's
purpose?
for sure.
But do you think that also that might just be people that are obsessed with this particular subject?
These are people that are affiliated with people in those that.
Look at you, you're getting thirsty
I
out
mean,
here.
there's no doubt.
Okay, this clip's gone on long enough. There it is. Sweet.
Yes.
And he often asks her about Ron Pandolfi, alleged former head of the CIA Weird Desk.
Ooh, okay, I'm interested about
I
this.
suspected that this was another instance of King Milkfart being ordered to attack people, as knowledge of Ron Pandolfi is pretty deep into UFO lore.
Really?
Especially when considering King Milkfart was fairly new to ufology.
I didn't know that.
How would he know about Ron Pandolfi? Why would he be so
Red, can we
motivated
talk
to
about...
attack Diana
Yeah, hold on,
about
Red. Just because I wanna keep this on topic. Like I don't want to like veer because like we can do that in any space, anytime, all the time. I really want to keep this as much as we can in the sphere of Skinwalker Ranch, TJ, payments.
Well, yeah, I was just telling you,
alleged
chasing.
psyop.
There is like no group. You know what I mean? We have literally yesterday on Joe Rogan somebody talking about this group, and then everyone's the same group.
I'm not saying
hold on, guys.
people don't.
Hold on, let me just
harass.
Chase. I love it. Just let's not, and this is for everybody because, like, I knew this was going to be a hard space to manage. It's fine, but I just want to keep it.
It's not even
just in the sphere of what we're talking about. We have hands up. Green Street hasn't talked yet. What's up, Green Street?
Get it, Green Street.
Hey guys, I saw the title of this space as TJ Allard addresses everything. And I had a question for him, and because I'm personally curious, it's on topic. So TJ, as you know, produced 3 40-minute investigative documentary episodes on Fugal Skinwalker Ranch. I had previously done 2 on the Bigelow era, and I'm literally actually curious if you ever got around to see those reports, and if you did, just personally, what did you think of them?
So, yes, I did.
You watched them?
And I've said before, like, I think you're super talented. I think you're good at what you do. I don't always agree with the framing of your narratives, But
that was
yeah,
the nerdiest question ever.
You know how to tell a story, man.
That's what Green Street's
you're a pro. You're a professional.
Question is.
You know, I literally I've said many times.
He let me down. I expected more guys out of Green Street.
You're a pro.
He just wanted to get like TJ to make him feel good.
Agenda that what you're working
for. You
want
at Green Street.
If people can't see that, and
I expected like a hard question there,
and what you do, then that's their thing. You don't always have to agree with it.
Feels bad.
Framing.
Feels
I
bad when heroes fail.
You can't knock the work. You can kind of push back against stories, but
bring up the Dino Beavers. Guys, is any of that stuff real? The Dino Beavers and the smoking man dog?
I really think the first one that you dropped really helped our season that our premiere that year. So I guess thanks for that. That was kind of unintended consequences perhaps, but the show's been taken off and just keeps growing, and so that's a good thing with the spin-offs and everything else. But yeah, I mean that's all I can say.
I guess just thank you for that, and then for a follow-up, obviously the episodes as they go on, they get more and more critical. It obviously ends with me asking Fugel and the team for their quote best evidence, and then they provide me with more or less subjectively nothing. And I'm curious, I'm going to ask you, what do you think is you produce the show, you see the show, you're involved with the show. What do you think is the best piece of
just for the
raw data evidence that shows something paranormal at the ranch?
Big Debunker skeptic, guys. So this is...
It's a
we're expecting fireworks
question. Something I can't really answer because you're going to have to watch.
You gotta watch.
You'll get to see, and I think there's some undeniable stuff that you'll
That's his answer.
be left thinking like I don't know what that is.
You could give one example.
Just the way I was. So
I'd have just said I'm a producer. I don't do the show.
Yeah.
That was more or less the answer I expected. Thank you.
Sure, no problem.
And Steven, TJ was talking earlier about how he got a mysterious kind of sickness from the ranch. So I don't know, TJ, if you wanted to talk a little bit about that.
Mysterious sickness?
Yeah, I mean, I can say that again, and I've talked about that publicly in the past. I'm sure Steven's heard,
Why is he promoting some mysterious sickness he got?
I had about a 9-month.
Now I'm starting to wonder if he did pay.
Respiratory infection.
All he did is not talk anymore. He's just like giving up weird information.
People can identify it and call it whatever they want, right?
It's like Tiff, she's like talking about UFO Shane's alcoholism.
I know that I was sick. I went to doctors. We couldn't identify what it was.
Yeah, it's too loud.
Again, that's because the testing that they were done, the explanation I was given was, and I'm sure somebody in the medical community or somebody who knows this more than I do can verify, like, you go to a doctor, you get tested for like
that's not Green Street
things, and maybe it's called a palate or something that they test for.
I think it's him.
And I was not testing positive for anything that was being tested, from the, I guess, what they were testing in the Northeast. Not to say that it could be something in the Southwest that it would have been tested for. I wasn't going back. I had no intention of going back. And then again, with the hearing, the constant hearing that I was attributing to like a tinnitus that I kind of processed, and, maybe the best definition was like an audio pareidolia, right? Where you start to hear things the same way you have pareidolia, where you see a shape in the cloud.
I'm going to change the sound.
That's consistent with like radiation exposure. So, that's,
you got to realize it's not that simple. I got to change like 3 different volumes.
Diagnoses, but eventually, these things subsided, and I had no intention of going back, and I haven't been back in years. And
the sickness, man.
And I don't.
He's got consumption.
I have no intention of going back. I'm not interested. So for whatever it is, whether it is paranormal,
why is he bringing up this weird paranormal story,
or something in the ground,
I think Keem started to talk more.
Even coined the term
it's not dramatic enough for me.
Something like that. You can call it whatever you want. I was impacted by something, and left unknown to me. So even my doctor had said that it is, we don't know.
Trying to come up with
could you
something
define it as something alien? Sure. Am I saying that? No. But by definition, it could have been identified as something alien to what they were testing for.
Have you tried DMT?
That's it.
Tiff.
No, I have not. I have not. Not saying that,
let's party and then we'll respace.
If that's your thing, then go for it. I'm not going to judge, but no.
We should tell Stephen Greenstreet
that. Thanks, TJ. I think Ashton had his hand up, and then UFO intros.
Okay. So I just want to say, just for the record out there, that I paid UFO Shane $50 for his buy me a coffee because I felt bad for him. So I just wanted to say that.
I bought Shane like $300 in pizza.
Oh, there we go.
Who is Shane?
Yeah,
Can you explain like why people are giving him money?
Listen, Shane is just he's a member of this community. He's just he's no different than me or anybody in here who who's just a user on UFO Twitter.
He's charismatic as F.
Yeah, no, he's a piece of shit.
Really.
But yeah, he's somebody that people can manipulate. He likes to manipulate people, ask for money and shit all the time, and he's an alcoholic, allegedly, according to his friend Tiffany, who mentioned earlier. That's not me saying that. That's his friend saying that. He's just a guy on Twitter, and he's always in some shit. Hold on, Tiff, mute up. He's always in some shit, and I'm very curious why that a lot of the payment stuff starts with him. With this, that's what's so fucking like.
My husband's a lawyer. He had
oh my God, Tiffany. Tiffany. I love you. There's no way you're doing this right now. There's no way. Throw your hand up. Jesus. God, I love Tip, but God, Jesus Christ. Kimball, UFO interest, go ahead.
Yeah, I think with Shane, he's both influenceable and influential. And I don't really have a lot of proof about this, but I kind of had a hunch last spring that there was kind of like a weird like battle over winning Shane on these two different quote unquote sides or whatever. But yeah, I just
too funny. Why is who is this
I don't
guy
know if
Kimball?
you want to
Why is he
characterize
sucking him
this
off?
group as like a hate group. A lot of them are great people who hold great spaces. They're holding one right now. There are a few of them that I think they're afraid of calling out, and these people will just on a whim accuse people of the most awful shit. They'll accuse amazing community members who have been around on this platform longer than me of, you know, censoring any dissenting voices in their spaces, which is just bullshit. And so I just feel like they are hurting the community, and however they're involved with this should be taken into consideration when we're trying to assess what's going on.
Yeah, real quick, I just want to add in, because I didn't get to follow up my question, though, that all of them definitely love Lou Elizondo. Like, they have, like, shrines built to him. And, yeah, also Keemstar is definitely feeding off the drama like a vampire Ryan Seacrest. Just kidding.
So can someone explain, though, what these... So I understand, you know, I'm very well aware of these factions or whatnot, but what is the current beef or the dividing line?
All right,
like,
so
what are they pissed about?
shit.
Like, what's
Do we want
why are
to?
people so angry?
All right, I don't.
Why would,
Here's
like,
TJ. Here's the thing.
For real. Why would they
I
be
know,
so
but
angry about like
it's
promoting something? If I just don't understand.
That's getting into
here's
a
my
lot.
that's what I'm saying, right? I'm not saying that none of that stuff is relevant. Like it is. Like I started this space, whether any of you guys were in here or not. I was like, listen, there's going to be people on this panel who do not get along with each other, who have issues in this community.
Mic up here.
And I hope we can fucking have this conversation. But to go down that rabbit hole, it just opens up everything else, and then it's gonna come to this back and forth bickering thing, and not the issue that at least I'm trying to talk about with you. So it's not that we can't talk about it. It's just you know what I mean? It's like a lot of stuff that's been going on for a while, and people have their issues with people, and I think there are a lot of valid stuff on both sides. You have people like there's like murder beef. It's like some fucking East Coast West Coast shit with some of these guys. Like, and then they don't have to get along. Like, I'm not trying to make everyone fucking kumbaya. Like, I'm really not. I'm just trying to have like a discourse because this came up, right? I'm gonna.
Here's what I gotta say, though, man. I gotta tell you this.
Yeah.
So I look at this pyramid, right? I'm looking at it now, which is hilarious, and I pretty much have good relationships with everyone here.
Oh,
I mean,
shit, that's not what we're supposed to
so
say.
much, like we're just kind of, you know, neutral in the sense, like he has
what he's supposed to say,
what he
Chad.
does, and
he's incriminating himself. He says he knows everybody on the pyramid.
I'm assuming that's the guy that looks like he's got fangs. I know everybody else, and on all sides, like I talked to everyone in this like the whole UFO community, right?
Is it a martini night? Yeah, we're empty. I want to hear TJ, and then I'll go get another martini.
Something that can be, you know, turned into some kind of entertainment property or a television show. I always say this.
This
my
could be turned into a TV show.
You know, and I've told you this 1,000 times, Sean, right? I mean, you and I know this. Like, I look at everything with a TV bias. I look at, is there a show here? If there is, great. If not, I don't discount what you do. I leave space for everyone to talk. They can express their, you know, their feelings, their truth, whatever you want to call it.
Is there a show here? That's all he thinks
But what
about.
I do is I look for something that's entertaining that can be turned into some kind of series. And I think even with Ashton, like I said, same thing to Ashton up front. Like, listen, this is what I do, right? I look for things, ideas, stories that I can elevate.
I love you, TJ.
And if I can't, then God bless you, man. Go do your thing. I'm not here, you know, my opinion doesn't matter. I'm not here to judge.
Can TJ tell us if this
again, even with
UFO community is worthy of a
Greenwald,
a TV show?
Mick jumped in. I asked him to come in. He jumped in for a minute. He's like, I'm not interested in this drama, and good on him. But I was trying to get all these other what I thought were the dissenting voices.
Oh, he talked to us for like an hour and like one of my
Speaking
spaces.
on that, right? And Mike, man, I love you, Mike. I knew you were I knew you would come through, and I'm glad you're here with your hand up, man. Just real quick for the room, I'm gonna reread the tweets that I saw, just so the room can get kind of familiar, because people are messaging me like, what are you guys talking about? So I'm gonna read these, and then Sam has his hand up, then we're gonna get to Mike. So Darren Reed, Dazzle Woke Guy on Twitter, he says, "Hey TJ, just wondering, what is your connection to Skyfire News? Do you have a hand in that? Seems very similar to Storyfire in name, and you seem to be pretty close with Tupa and Keem.
Storyfire?
You're also a producer with the Skinwalker Ranch show, and there was recently a big scandal with UFO Shane being paid by someone he thought was from that team. Have you looked into that at all? Red Panda Koala is making a movie about UFO Shane. It all seems a bit hokey to me." Here's another tweet that I saw. And I didn't look all into this. Just literally what I saw on my timeline. Hello, UFO Twitter. Seems like we have a thread to pull. Many may have heard that UFO Shane has been being paid by someone claiming to be a representative of Skinwalker Ranch. Red Panda Koala is supposedly making a documentary about UFO Shane. How are the two connected? Well, Keemstar runs Skyfire News, which Panda works for. Keem is managed by LFM Management. LFM Management's person in charge of acquisitions is TJ Allard. TJ Allard is the producer for Skinwalker Ranch. It looks like there may be some alleged fuckery afoot, my friends. Follow the money. Is drama being pushed on this community for the sake of entertainment? Is Panda being funded to create this film as a means to sow discord in the UFO community? Who is receiving payment for all this, and who is paying? So again, that's what I saw. There might be more stuff out there. Couldn't tell you, have not looked, but this is basically what we're addressing here. I'm gonna throw it to Sam. What's up, Sam?
What up, man? I think this is a really important space. This speaks to both the value of the community and the value of spaces, because getting the ability to hash this out and having TJ address these things is really good. I think it's exactly what that post and Darren, what he didn't want to happen was rational conversation happening over a post that was probably meant to distract, to be honest. And so I'm going to walk you through real quick what I think is happening based on my own experiences. So what you just read of Darren's tweet is almost identical to what I read about myself from this exact same group. I'm not going to mention any names, but we all know that there's a specific group. We're not debating that. There's a prominent member of that group. Here's what they said about me after having been in the community for months. I'll say it. I think Tupa is being paid by alt-right Q people. I think he's smarter than that than to say the things that he said. I think he was getting paid behind the scenes to perpetuate violence and cause division. I have no evidence. This is just what I think. He produces videos for alt-right agencies. One of them talks shit about the Trevor Project.
Nah, guys, we're just drinking.
So since I first got in the community, I was shielding myself from these accusations from the same people.
A woman
saying
either
that
killed
I was
herself
paid
or was
to push
killed
influence. I was paid
involved
to
in
bring a
anti-gravity
message.
technology, guys.
I'm Sam. My name is
Gotta
Sam
have a
Lingle.
down day,
I
man.
go by Chupacabra. I'm not paid by anybody
gets me.
to push a message, especially alt-right people. Like I'm a very real person. And so the thing is that if you come out of the gate with influence, or you have any kind of influence at all, these things get said about you if what you do with that influence isn't in line with this particular group's views. So what we're seeing here with this TJ Allard accusation is that they have been exposed, and they've been exposing themselves for months in spaces. You guys can go listen to it. It's been documented. It's been posted about. If you choose not to look at it, that's fine, but it's there to look at. All right. They've been documented. They know that something's like, they kind of expose themselves for doing something pretty fucked up with the community member named UFO Shane. All right, UFO Shane, we talked about him. Everyone's shared their own opinion. I would say at the very least, and the very most of what I'll say about Shane, because he's not in the room right now, is that he was in a vulnerable position, and I think people took advantage of him. Those people literally did the thing that you can watch anyone do. If you've seen people be groomed, if you've ever seen someone be groomed,
listen to Joe, guys.
That's what happened to UFO Shane. He was in a bad spot, and they love bombed him. They started showering him with money.
If you think this is boring, then listen to what Joe said. If you want to learn everything in the world, study people.
Getting paid to do the influence game, to actually sow division.
Study people.
He's the person, right? This is admission through projection. The only people recorded doing anything like this are these guys. And they used someone who is in a rough spot. TJ, if you guys haven't heard him speak, if you haven't heard him at his worst when he's down.
Guys, why is this important? The reason why this is important is that this is an information war as much as it is a war about finding the science. We're talking about the people that literally are trying to troll anyone to death who finds this science at all on either side. It's kind of messed up. So we got to learn. We got to learn how they operate.
Shane was ever going to say, I'm going to come out with everything. They start to call him a pedo. They start to call him a rapist. They start to call him a drunk. And this is what's really bad is that love bombing, right? This is when it becomes tragic, is because they pull it away. And even Shane, he thought that he got his shit pulled away because he talked about Skinwalker with Bartell, and suddenly he wasn't getting calls anymore from Fugel. And I heard the pain in Shane's voice. It reminded me very much of what I saw with Lou Angeles. And people brush up against this exact group of people, and if they're not pushing that message, then they get attacked, harassed. They get conspiracy theories whirled around them. It's exactly what D'Souza said. It's exactly what he said.
Calling his PO officer with fake allegations.
So that's
whoever did call on UMP Shane and got him arrested is not a good situation. I do want to get to a couple hands.
Yeah, let's
go. Real quick, actually, I want to like I said, because people are obviously coming in now. I started this space. For anyone who doesn't know, Mike, see you're in here. Glad you're here. I wanted this to be like both sides of the coin, to be able to say whatever they wanted to say. I'm not going to assume that I know what you think about this, Mike, because I have not looked. I do know who some of your friends are. Maybe you agree with them, maybe you don't. But I am glad that you're here. I want to give you the floor, and I just want to say to everybody that is speaker, again, there's a lot of you guys up here who do not like each other, and that's fine. I'm not playing kumbaya. Like, you guys don't. I don't care if you guys like each other. If we can keep this respectful and get our points out, I would be fucking very happy as the host. Mike, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Sean? Yeah, so I just came back from a space I hosted where we talked to a crash retrieval researcher. It was pretty cool. Anyways, I did want to come in here. I'm not entirely sure about the whole Shane thing. I will comment though. I did hear
comes in bragging about he was talking about
Allard
crash retrieval
this whole
researcher
UFO thing at one point.
Okay.
And it was a little sus to me. And it reminds me of working with all these different healthcare reps. Your ultrasound rep doesn't know much about whatever EKGs, but if they see an opportunity, they'll throw it your way. And it's just media buddies, man.
That's not how that's not how healthcare works, guys.
Came onto this
at all.
That's probably why he's here. And I don't know that it's necessarily good or bad, but I just want news to be news and not dragging vets. And that's all.
Mike, let me ask you a question again, only because I'm fucking really glad that you're here, because I fucking hate echo chambers. I hate them. So you said you don't know if it's good, you know if it's bad. Is it your opinion that
we need more people in here,
that there's a fucking hidden agenda behind it? I only saw the few tweets that I saw, right? I know that Darren put something on YouTube. I haven't watched it. Do you think that this is a purposeful thing that TJ is doing, since this is about TJ clearing his name or not, whatever's going on? Do you think that TJ has ill intent with what's been thrown out about him?
So I'm not going to refrain from assigning intent. What I will say is outrage sells. So anybody who's looking for clicks, views, creating outrage, maybe sometimes legitimate or not legitimate, is what's going to sell. So I see a lot of that is what's going on, is outrage where there really shouldn't be. So that's the big red flag for me. As to who's responsible for that, I don't know. I don't want to saddle TJ or anybody, but it does seem to me like it's just outrage culture that's artificial.
I don't know what
TJ, definitely jump in.
Yeah, I want to speak to, definitely. So to speak to that, so I don't know about the outrage culture part of it, but so I have to frame this correctly. So
man, Mike was barely
the
coherent
UFO
there, guys.
Community is very insular,
I don't know,
right? And
he's probably less drunk than me
really
too.
branched out of these very small pockets that you'll find in social media and in YouTube media, like YouTube videos and whatnot. And like Keem had said earlier, in order for you to kind of get a story or to get some kind of information, you need like a 3-hour video, or you got to read a long post of something. And the current way that the world works, most people don't have the attention spans to do that. And so what, and I credit Keem for this term, he was calling the normies, right? So outside of this world, outside of the Twitter community, the UFO communities and whatnot, the normies see the face of the UFO stuff as Stephen Greer, right? And so when you say that name in the people,
we all deal with normies too, TJ.
No, I understand that, but the point I'm saying is, who knows how to reach them? Because he has, I don't know, something like 2.5 million followers. Keen. So if this community is ever going to branch out and reach a broader scope of people and and kind of bring other people into this Venn diagram,
I'd rather have Keemstar be the face of UFO than
it's going to need
Stephen
someone
Greenstreet.
like Keem to help elevate it. So yes, I did create Skinwalker Ranch. Yes, that is the most prominent.
Yes, I did create Skinwalker Ranch
right now in pop culture. You're going to need supplementary help to try to elevate the topic even greater. And whether that's other stories or other television shows, that's one thing. But the television, TV landscape is dying. It's on its last legs. There's no audience there. What you now do is you bring in someone who understands where things are going and how you can reach people now. And not saying that,
guys, I'm getting to feel like Mike just wants like a role, right? Mike just wants to be. He wants a TV show,
because
the UAP Mike show, aka
right? So
Moonbase Mike.
Say like, man, do you see something here? And
that's what this all comes down to, isn't it?
Like, that's your thing, man. Do it. It's a way that nobody that is in this space or in any of these spaces, or even in this in this online community, has been able to do. So it's not a problem to make the tent bigger, right? You want to more people come in, and then you're going to get more ideas and more understanding and more involvement. That's not a bad thing.
Let me give you some pushback. How about this? What if? And again, just I told you I was going to ask you whatever the fuck came into my mind.
Yep.
So what if this person has a drama background? What if this person allegedly goes into communities and stirs stuff up, and it's just going to get amplified? Do you think that that's relevant? And again, I know you're a TV guy, you're a media guy. I understand you make it very clear the lens that you look through and you see through. Are you able to see out of that lens in the context of what Mike is talking about?
So yes, and I think that's more of us applying what we think to what he's doing versus what he's doing, right? So if you're telling me, so the argument here, as I understand it, is because Keem, therefore drama. No, there was plenty of drama. You guys you just told me like 30 minutes of stuff about people calling people names and racists and this and that. It was always here. So to shine a light on it, like sunlight's the best disinfectant. To shine a light on it and kind of root out that nonsense so that people would take this more seriously. Because when you pitch this, and I'll give you my experience anecdotally, when I initially pitched Skinwalker Ranch to Discovery, we were literally laughed out of the room. And now they've come back since asking for other shows in this ilk, right? But
the number one show to represent Skinwalker, or to represent UFO community, is Skinwalker Ranch, guys.
Like I built my credibility in television for 20 plus years, and then you start pitching this.
That's the number one show.
You see like there's another way that you're kind of perceived. Now that the show's,
I'm just gonna say there's room for improvement.
The topic is kind of being elevated to a more serious.
Hey, Depleted, what's up?
Yes, you're going to have these old school ideas of battles and factions and whatnot are going to continue to play out, but eventually that will go away. That's in every industry. and that's going to go away as more light is shined on the subject, and then it's elevated to the point where you'll bring people into a normalcy, into an idea of an accepted, hey, there's
Are
something
these guys
going
experts?
on. Let's all collectively explore.
Depends on what
and
topic.
like Brian Romel's in here. Like Brian's a great example of like someone
Brian's
who kind
here?
of, you think around the box, right? You
Ooh,
don't
Brian.
think outside that box. You think around
There
the
he is.
box to push people, to push the box to grow around your thoughts. And I think this is a great way to do that. Increase the size of that, bring in more people, bring in more ideas, but root out that nonsense, right? This is all people holding on to. They've created an identity based on their faction. And once you can get rid of that,
Keemstar.
then I think that this can be taken more seriously and grow. And I think Keem is a good part of trying to bring that, to kind of elevate that.
Yeah, if I could jump in here real quick, Mike and his buddies do not want the space to grow. They don't want more people here because right now with the current numbers they have, which is like 100, 200 maybe at most, they're able to like bully and harass people. But when the space gets much bigger and there's like millions and millions of people in UFO Twitter, which is going to happen, and I can guarantee you that is my goal, to blow this up and make it much bigger. And accessible to more people, they will not have that power anymore. So that's one big fear that they have. Mike's kind of a fraud, right? He came in and he said, I don't like how you drag veterans. This is the second time he's made this claim. What he's referring to is Greenwald pulling some FOIA request where it looked like David Grush was lying. All right. We covered it. We covered that. Plus, Skyfire News covered David Grush's response to that coming out. Mike then turned that into, you're dragging veterans. So he is definitely one of these people in the hate group. And these are their tactics. They're dishonest. he said outrage sells, or whatever he said. He's the one with the outrage, right? You and your whole group. You're manufacturing outrage 24/7. All you have to do is go look at your Twitter feed.
Oh yeah, is that why my hour and a half space was just on the aerospace research?
Yeah. I did not interrupt you. Sean, you going to handle your room or what?
Yeah. I was actually, I couldn't talk between the two of you at the same time. Yeah, like Mike, man, you are fucking
it's a 2-minute
welcome.
stream of insults, but okay.
Well, listen,
no,
I'm trying. Hold on.
About me.
Let's do this, Keem, because like, listen, everyone's welcome here. How about this? Nobody has preferential treatment over hands besides TJ and Chase, because the space is actually centered around TJ, Keem, and Mike. Chase. Both of you, like, again, you guys, it's a murder beef. It's fine. I don't care. But let's stick with the hands. Absolutely. UFO intros. I think you were up. Go ahead.
I didn't finish what I was saying.
Well, I mean, go ahead. I don't want to give.
Sean,
no.
If that's how you run spaces, that's fine.
Don't do that. Don't do. Don't.
I think our space. It does give
gaslighting him. I love it.
To interrupt.
Listen, it's getting good, guys. Let me say this. I don't.
Hey,
let me say this.
That was me. To mute.
All right, that wasn't me. All right, listen. That's actually true. Mike did jump in on Keem. Let's not jump in, but Keem did skip hands. So I'm just, as the moderator, I'm just trying to moderate. Like, I don't have, like, so they both fucked up, if we're being real. Everyone's welcome to fucking talk. Keem, you were in the middle of something. If you could wrap it up in 20 seconds, and then we'll get to UFO intros. Let's just do hands, please.
You're unmuted.
I just might hand my time over to Keemstar probably
when you mute the
me.
room, it takes 2 seconds. Since I've been doing this 15 years, let me give you some advice. So when someone's mentioning someone directly, then you let that person respond so the conversation flows. So basically, Mike mentioned me like 3 different times, this accusation, that accusation. Then TJ went, and then you were going to go to a hand and not even let me respond. Wouldn't the room kind of be stumped? You want a back and forth conversation
I absolutely, fair enough. Point taken. I hear you, but listen, I'm doing what you said. 15 years. I've been doing it for 15 minutes, so I'm not. It's not going to be perfect. Finish your point, though, bro. You're free to go.
To talk shit to
Sorry
those.
that I'm coming at you, but I just.
Dude, it's my skin is thick as shit. It's fine. I'm not taking it personal at all.
Awesome. But I would say just go to Mike, go to his buddies, and check out their Twitter feeds. Look what they're replying to all day. Calling people liars and this and that. I mean, it is a hate group. All they do is represent hate. Go look at their Twitter feed, and they spin these crazy narratives, these crazy conspiracies, and they're mad because they got a target on their back. But that's it.
UFO intros, Kimball.
Yeah, Red Panda or Tupa, did you guys have knowledge of TJ's affiliation with Keemstar when you were talking to Shane about payments from Skinwalker Ranch?
That conversation, but I'm just butting in to answer.
We finally got some drama going.
The conversation about Shane and Skinwalker Ranch took place over the course, I think, of a couple months, just through the spaces he was holding and the things that he had said. So, like, you know what I mean? That's kind of a blurry area. The most
but last
recent
week,
one,
though, when you talked to Shane, you know, did you know about TJ's connection with Keemstar, and obviously TJ being the creator of Skinwalker Ranch?
Well, I definitely knew that TJ knew Keemstar, and I've known TJ for about a year or more, just through spaces and through Twitter. So,
did you anticipate this reflecting like poorly on TJ?
I still don't think this reflects poorly on TJ. You're talking about, does this conspiracy theory? I can come up with 3 of them right now.
I'm not saying it's real or legitimate.
No, nothing. In my opinion, nothing reflects poorly on TJ. This is 100% projection from a group of people, and this idea that this is interesting as well, right? There's this weird pivot that's not naturally happening, and that pivot is okay. This group exists, but what about Keem and his history of drama? Hold the phone. Everyone in this room knows what drama has been going on for over a year with me directly and tertiarily with a bunch of other community members. People have left the community, people have been harassed and doxxed out of the community. It's all the same group doing it. And all of a sudden someone shows up and goes, oh, that's actually drama. And that's actually crazy. And I'm going to speak up about it. And now he's the drama king. And who's labeling them that? The same people who were free to reign, right? They were free to roam around the pasture and pick off whatever sheep they wanted to. Everyone was fine with that as long as it wasn't them. Now, Keem comes in and says, fucking hold the phone. What I'm seeing is well researched. What I'm seeing is well documented. What I'm seeing is obvious to the regular person. We've all been in the basement of UFOs.
And no offense, Chase never had a referendum on this group when they've been doing their shit for like the past 2 years. You know what I mean?
Hard.
That's something a hate group member would say. No one's in here making derogatory statements or anything. These are just facts, Mike. I'm sorry.
No shade at you, Chase, but I'm just saying, like, this.
Guys, everyone's free, but we can't we can't fucking just all jump in, man. Like we can't. Sam, finish up your. I'm not saying like yo finish up. I'm saying continue.
Okay, so yeah, that's what's happening. I don't see any conspiracy with TJ, even with Brandon, with Keem. Like the idea that that's shifting. That honestly. Like it's people who were just last month chastising people for quote unquote conspiracy theories, and now they literally created a YouTube channel with
Tupa's
a pyramid
just going
connecting
off.
Dots where there's no connection. And you know what I mean. This is just a defense mechanism. Watch what happens. I implore everybody. Just you can make your judgments now. You can say whatever you tweet your craziness, tweet your support. I don't care, but pay attention and watch what happens in the coming months because we all have seen this happen. None of us are sheeps. We don't need to be treated this way. The conversation needs to be open and free. And when people come in and bully it with intimidation, with slanderous remarks, like you're dragging veterans. What about Chris in here? Chris is a veteran. He gets dragged all the time. You guys make fake rape, and you guys. I'm speaking to the hate group members that are in the room right now. Fake rape accusations are one of the craziest things I've ever fucking seen in any community. This is crazy. You guys do it to every single person you don't like. I mean, it's rampant. It's all the time. And frankly, and I'm going to end on this note, frankly, you guys don't get to pick for me or my community or my friends who's good and who's bad. You've proven your intentions. You've proven your bad faith. It's just not good. And so to sit here and think you can still push influence and convince us or the listeners what we're going to believe and what we're not with this hateful like treatment is kind of bananas. To think that we're that naive. It's not. You're not respecting our intelligence. You're not respecting our critical thinking. And that's exactly what we're supposed to be celebrating in this community. So we're not all being followed and led around by a bunch of weirdos.
All right. So go ahead, Chase.
Yeah, I want to state again. I said the same thing about the UFO hate group that I did about Darren's conspiracy. They're individual people who have their own agendas, who just happen to align with each other. I don't think there's anything more than that. I don't think there's a giant conspiracy around it. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. I think it was Chris, and then I don't know who's next after Chris.
Chris, and then Ash, and Megan also.
Yes,
yeah, Megan can't raise her hand. Just go after Chris, Megan.
So yeah, TJ, what's going on? I'm the Chris that Tupa just talked about. That's been here for about a year and came over from TikTok because UFO Shane, who's been the subject of this conversation, he messaged me probably for a solid month, maybe longer.
Yeah,
pretty
chat,
much
the shills are getting
saying, "Hey man, you got to come over to UFO Twitter."
Blown off them for sure.
This is where all the
uplifting
talk is
tweets.
about
I don't even know who
UFOs.
this person sounds like.
Just a little background. I had a little over 200,000 followers on TikTok, so I wanted to branch out. And when you get to that level where you start kind of growing a little bit, I was like, all right, well, I need to grow my other platforms, and so I made my way over to Twitter. And Shane brought me over here. And Tupa was part of the first tweet that I was ever tweeted about in here, where immediately drama started happening, and I had no idea what was going on. I had no clue about any of this infighting or anything that was going on, and somehow I got lumped into something because I guess Shane tweeted and tagged Tupacabra in it, and the next thing I know, there's people talking about racism and all this crazy shit. So that's kind of how I got introduced, and I'm kind of giving you a rundown of a guy that came from another platform. It's been here for a year, and
He's just going to tell us his whole life story, huh?
And so it's just through UFO Shane. UFO Shane brought me here, and then I was in group chats and stuff. So that's how I met Kimball and a couple other people that are in here, and I started making a lot of friends.
Okay.
And
the story's
in
getting a
these
little too
group
long.
chats, and there were several that I've been in and out of.
Come on, Chris, wrap it up.
Names kept getting popped up, popping up and stuff like that. And the thing about UFO Shane that you gotta understand, when Shane is on his shit and he's on point,
man, what's up?
He is very charismatic.
Deep
and
meta
he
drama
always
tonight.
plays
Deep
the middle of
meta
the
drama,
fence.
UFO
He never takes a side. He's got friends on both sides, and
We need
I don't think
uplifting
that's
tweets
even
involved.
been mentioned yet. So that's how Darren and that KMF and that group that's how he's in with them, because I think Darren, he calls him one of his closest friends. And then you got people like me that was on this side before some stuff happened, and since then we squashed it the other day. But
all right, real quick, Chris, thank you for that.
Yeah,
what is your hold on, because I have to corral this back to like the point. Yeah. What is your opinion on the accusation that TJ Allard and Keemstar are purposely sowing discord in the community? Do you think that has any legs or no?
Oh no!
Then you can go from there. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I can't take it when these people just give their whole life stories.
Yeah, no,
okay.
That's what I was trying to get
to the point.
But there needs to be a little bit of backstory. But
no,
there doesn't need to be a backstory.
Just tell us
I don't
right away.
think so. And I know people have mentioned Drama Alert. While everybody was in here, fucking going off, I decided to go through Drama Alert's page, and I've noticed that I don't see anything about the UFO community on the Drama Alert page. So Keem has made it very
Appreciate
clear,
you, bud.
That Skyfire News,
200,000
the whole purpose and the intent behind this is to create, and trust me, I'm the skeptic in the room that probably most people in here don't even like to begin with what I put out. So yeah, cry about it. I'm sitting here, and so
how did Chris Mellon? How did that go yesterday?
Scheme with Skyfire News. I see an objective with Skyfire.
Where are the trolls at? 1, 2 trolls?
Not a side, but just bringing both sides of a skeptic or a enthusiast news feed, right? It's everything that goes out in the community, So that's what they're doing, and they haven't proven otherwise.
Shut the fuck up.
Uplifting, I love you, bro. You're like, I fuck with you. Just throw a hand, like because I'm saying this, because
Sean, hold on, man. This is nonsense. Like, we're professionals, we're adults. This is nonsense. Like, if we're gonna have that kind of conversation, I'm not gonna sting around for that. That's let's stop.
Yeah, if you're gonna let him interrupt, I'm gonna leave as well.
So
I can't control someone. Hold on, Chase. I got it. I can't control someone hitting the button, jumping in. I can only say something, and then I have to go from there. I'm trying to fucking moderate this shit the best I can. I started this, and if anyone wasn't here, I'll fucking say it again. There's going to be people on the speaking panel who fucking can't stand each other. That's fine, because it's two different sides, but everyone can get their stuff off. If you just wait a second, I'm trying to fucking get everyone to hurry up so I can get around to these hands. Like, if we can do no name calling, like, go fucking look at my first post. Like, this goes for both sides. Like, I don't want it from either side. Like, it's just let's keep it fucking respectful. Like, that's all.
Do you want me to? Can I continue?
Yeah, and
yeah, but
just,
then
please
wrap it up,
just
so we can
general rule.
get to the hands.
Let's keep it short, and then let's not interrupt other people. Just keep it short. Don't interrupt. Thank you.
Yeah.
Guys.
So basically, UFO Shane has never mentioned, from my standpoint, from somebody that has been in multiple conversations with him. The only people I know that has paid him is UFO Intros, which is Kimball, and I think some sporadic people that give him money from here and there. Right. So from there, I think that there was tug of war with Shane that caused this issue, and there's one side that weaponized this against Skyfire News, and then all of a sudden they try to create a conspiracy that Skyfire News is here to create drama, and then they found out that TJ Allard is associated with Keem, and they're playing off of that, and they're trying to say, well, he's the one, Shane was getting paid by somebody from Skinwalker. They made the insinuation that this is TJ Allard. This is how it happens. They always think somebody's getting paid. There's always somebody that's being paid under the table to spread disinformation or whatever. That's what they always say. So that's the point I'm trying to get to, and that's
cool.
The stance
cool,
on
great.
Thank you, Chris.
Talk,
Megan
Chris.
can't raise her hand. She's had her hand up. She's on a computer. Megan, I don't believe you have any side in this. I would love to hear from you. What's up?
Thanks, Sean. I appreciate that. Also, I think considering you normally do no hands in your spaces, you're doing a great job. So yeah, and I would say I don't. Yeah, you're great. I would say that I don't really have a side in this. You're right about that. I try to stay out of the murder beef, to use your phrase. But so yeah, I would say that in general, I'm not really I'm a deep dive researcher. Even I've heard about the UFO Shane movie a whole bunch. I don't really get involved in that.
Man, everybody just wants to tell their whole life stories,
still.
huh?
And we know that Brandon Fugel has heard about that movie, or about Shane. He knows about Shane. He's talked to Shane. Shane says, he had DMs with him, all of that. So I guess that my point of view is when I saw
this is what the drama's about, apparently.
Aaron's Pyramid, I definitely laughed, because anything that puts billionaire Brandon Fugel above, no offense, TJ, your show. I actually have watched your show since then, TJ. It's great. But anything that puts Brandon Fugel above other people below TJ, seems crazy. But so the thing that I saw when I heard about this connection between Keem and TJ is that Brandon Fugel, right, is aware of Shane, came into space, talked about Shane about this apparently. Shane's out here saying Brandon Fugel paid him, all this stuff. It makes sense that might be something that Brandon Fugel would not want spread around Twitter about him. And that TJ also would have a vested interest in not having that stuff spread around Twitter, since he's also invested in Skinwalker, obviously. So I guess when I heard about the Keem TJ connection, the thing that I thought was, this is interesting, because if they are themselves business associates, have both potentially some vested interest, more so obviously TJ, in the Skinwalker Ranch, IP, whatever you want to call it, that Keem coming in and partnering with Panda, who's been working on the UFO Shane documentary, that was more the connections between all of that than I saw than whatever weird pyramid thing was going on. So I'd be curious what people think about that.
Can I please respond to Megan?
Go ahead.
Also, no.
She did ask for, unless you're asking a specific person. Yeah, I mean, she did ask a question to whoever, so go for it.
Well, I can shut down that theory relatively fast. So Skyfire News has covered Green Street, who is the #1 Skinwalker debunker. Plus, me personally, when Green Street came out with his long form video, tweeted at him and said, "Great video." It's all there, available for everyone. I'm not an op for Skinwalker Ranch, although I do love the show. But yeah, if negative stuff comes out about Skinwalker, we're going to cover it. If positive stuff comes out about Skinwalker, we're going to cover it.
Yeah, I'll just say real quick, Keem. Also, I wasn't saying that I necessarily subscribe to that theory. That was just what I thought the connections there were going to be, so that the whole TJ's Brandon Fugal's boss thing seemed crazy, and I wanted to give you guys a chance to kind of address that more, in my mind, reasonable angle of connections. But yeah, I've seen some of the Skyfire News coverage. Seems great so far. I know,
Thank you, Megan. And we definitely needed that little in-between thing there. I appreciate you. Ashton, I'm trying to do hands in order. I'm trying to remember. Ashton, I think you're up. Ashton, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry. So one thing I just want to say real quick is Mike said something about medical representatives. That's not how any of that works. I don't know if he's some kind of Pfizer salesman, but he's definitely a fraud, like Keemstar said. That uplifting tweets person is also just some kind of weird clout-chasing loser. Their name's just like a completely oxymoron, uplifting tweets. But anyway, I just want to yield.
No names, Sean.
I just want to yield the rest of my time to Keemstar. That's all.
Again, because that's the thing, right? Like, I did, and again, I can't. If someone says that, I can't stop it right out. It's not like I'm allowed. I did.
Sorry if I was pushing it.
No, because here's the thing, guys. Like, again, I'm gonna say it just the last time. A lot of you guys fucking don't get along and don't like each other. It's fine, but just if we can get the points across without that way, someone doesn't have to say to me, "Hey, Sean, didn't you say this?" And then I have to fucking jump in again. It's like, it just makes it flow easier. Like Keemstar was talking about the conversation flowing. It just interrupts the conversation, because if you call someone a name, the other person's gonna want to fucking respond to it naturally. So it's like, and then it cuts the whole build off. So, Ashton, go ahead, man.
No, I just wanted to yield the rest of my time to Keemstar. Thank you, and I apologize.
No problem, man.
And I'll give the rest of my time to Tuba.
I think we're on. I think Red. I think you're up right now.
I will give my time to Red.
I'm about to smoke a much needed joint. Chase, if I don't Chase, hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. I just want Chase. I'm about to go fucking smoke this. I'm still here. I got one earphone in. I'm about to go smoke a much needed blunt with my cousin. Chase, jump in if you don't hear from me.
Okay, I got you, and I'm stopping smoking so I can go apply for jobs. So thank you guys for making me want to smoke.
I know. Okay, here's my thing. I wrote out a note, so I should be quick. Real quick, everyone go follow Skyfire News for the latest news. To recap what we're covering here, it's a conspiracy that Darren made that TJ Allard is at the head of this Skyfire PSYOP, on top of Brandon Fugel and Keemstar and Mick West and Lee Reviews and me and Green Street and Black Vault. These allegations came immediately after the UFO Shane story broke, where he was claiming he was being paid to push narratives online and to attack the critics of Skinwalker Ranch. These are his claims. And I think these are just classic what we see that group do whenever they get exposed on some things. They kind of try and muddy the waters and flip the allegations. This is the narrative control mechanism. Since day one, Skyfire has been attacked, accused of dragging veterans. I personally think Lou Elizondo's message was directed at the Wikipedia scandal and at Skyfire. There's definitely
Did he write this statement,
messages. Chat? We had that UFO podcast and Stand for Better, both part of that greater network, come after us. Skyfire and also Ashton are examples of researchers and media that exist outside of this control system that exists within disclosure. Skyfire and Ashton should be allowed to exist, no different than Liberation Times or when that UFO podcast dropped the Columbine photo. We're all just people researching the phenomena. And we see what happens to people. We see what happens to Lee Reviews, to Jeremy McGowan,
should be allowed to exist,
Street, when you step outside of this thing that they can't control. So that's what I want to say.
Okay, thank you, Red. I think UAP Mike is next, and then Mr. America. I do see Lou down there. If someone wants to drop down so we can get Lou in, I want him. Down. Yeah, I want to let him respond to some of this if possible. So, UAP Mike,
Lou Reviews,
man.
Yeah, thanks, Chase. When I think about, again, the outrage machine that I'm seeing, that is completely artificial for the most part.
I don't see Lou reviews.
I could go to Yankees Twitter and see people making threats.
Where you go?
Some idiot on this platform said I'm a pedophile, and Tupa liked it the other day. So like, you know, there's just like, you know, people are doing dumb shit, and Tupa apologized to it, and I forgave him. I said, hey man, like I didn't take it that serious because I'm not, even though that's a pretty serious allegation. And I said, Tupa, I forgive you for liking that post, even though that was a really ugly thing to like. So you know, man, like bad shit happens for sure. Bad blood happens. But
it's so personal, UAP Mike, isn't it?
In my opinion,
somebody
and
liked
at
the
the end
tweet.
Of the day,
like,
this is like the biggest clown shit I've ever seen in this community. And all of you guys that are perpetrating this clown shit are gonna look like the biggest clowns ever. So.
And Mike, what do you mean? I'm just asking. What do you mean by clown shit?
This idea that like Lou Elizondo is running some sort of psyop to suppress Keemstar and Tupa and fucking Lou reviews that fucking idiot. And like none of that's true. They're all a bunch. The common denominator. Look, we're all in bad positions because of ourselves, not other people. Start taking responsibility for yourselves.
So wait, I gotta say something here. Okay. Like I really, I'm sorry. You know, I don't like people are going attacking each other and all of this. Like I get it. You know, there's a lot of like, you know, kind of like people staking their ground, right? It's the thing is, it's not anyone's thing, right? And I think that people have taken this on, they defend their ideas and they become those ideas. And I think it's the bigger thing here is there is something going on in the UFO world phenomenon.
Lou Reviews right there.
Call it however you want to identify.
Oh, he's a speaker. Here we go.
Put whatever term you want on it. And
this is going to get more dramatic. Lou Reviews is the expert at gaslighting.
Like the chopping everyone's legs out from each other and insults and this and that. Like we got to get past this stuff in order for it to get traction in the bigger context of things. Like this little stuff, and
we have to stop attacking each other. What, to make a movie or a TV show?
We're watching. This is a watershed moment, as far as I'm concerned, that we're seeing. Like, again, shining the light on all of this to kind of say, like, hey, this is the problem that the group has as a whole. How do we get past this? Like, can we all collectively agree? Like, everyone's going to have their opinions, and that's great. There are no experts here because no one knows anything.
TJ's right? going off.
People that actually have anything, and
he's going off.
Like I've said it on the record multiple times. Like people like Brandon, you're going to have individuals, not government, not anything.
Yeah, this
else,
could be a musical. Joe's right.
Put their own time, money, energy, and resources into pushing
UFO Twitter the musical.
Forward. And once you can do that,
the TJ Allard space,
people like you need
the reconciling
a bunch of components here. You need this core community. You need someone like Keem involved to kind of elevate that community. You need a show that's reaching the current people in the way that they have now, like Skinwalker does. You need all of these things. And then eventually it's just going to be too much. The dam will have to break and information will come out.
I think Mike just has like main character system or syndrome,
down,
right?
Peg after peg after peg is not helpful to anyone. I'm just saying, like, I prefer, like, if we can keep the insult to the minimum and all of that, that'd be awesome.
TJ just say Papegas?
I see Keem's got his hand up, man. Go for it.
I agree with you. One second, Keem. I know Mr. America's had his hand up for a while, and he has been requested for a while. So I want to give him just a quick opportunity to speak, and then we'll let Keem go. And then I kind of lost track of who's next, but we'll go from there. So, Mr. America.
This is just going to serve as a palate cleanser, to be honest with you. I'm just an observer listening to both sides of this because I don't have a dog in the fight. The ad hominems gotta fucking stop. Like, that shit is not helpful. You got to keep in mind everyone involved in this conversation, in this space, we're in this together. We can't fucking count on the government to give disclosure. We're the fucking disclosure. So these ad hominems, these insults being lobbied back and forth, don't fucking work. They're not even fucking relevant. All it does is it tears into the conversation. It's like claws on a fucking chalkboard. And I'm like, okay, like, can we just have some decorum? A little bit of fucking decorum. I understand that people are upset with each other for having differing opinions or whatever the differences are, because I'm new to this. I don't know what the deep-seated rooted issue is with everybody, but fuck all that bullshit. We're all here for a reason. We're trying to get knowledge. We're trying to share that with each other.
Dude, this guy's
mad. We don't need to fucking tear each other apart. That takes away from what we're trying to achieve. So just enough with the ad hominems. If you have a direct, not insult, sorry. If you have a direct accusation, make it fucking direct, so the person that you're saying that to can respond to that directly, and we can have a back and forth that's civil, because this shit don't fucking work when you're like, you're a fucking PDF, you're a fucking idiot, you're a fucking stupid piece of shit. What the fuck? That's like barroom talking shit. Like, they don't work here. I'm just trying to listen from a neutral position, basically. So I want to hear both sides. But when you guys start fucking insulting each other, that shit don't do any good. It takes away. Like, I almost start tuning out when that shit starts happening.
Hey, Mr. America, I just wanted to say, up in the space, up in the nest, I threw my research. I did a research space tonight.
I can't tell if Mike's
so
being
this
serious.
stuff is too much for you. I'm just trying to help somebody who is having a problem. There's a research space where we talked about research. You can go listen to it if this stuff is too much for you, man.
I think you're missing the point, though. I think you're missing the point. My point is, I want to hear what you have to say. And so does everybody else here, especially when they don't have a dog in the fight. I want to hear what you have to say, but when it comes down to insults and shit, that don't work. You got to just go back and forth civilly so we can actually hear what the actual accusations that are being lobbied. That way we can hear the rebuttal to that, so we can see what it is, and let's hash this shit out. Makes no fucking sense for us to keep arguing back and forth. Let's hash this shit out.
All right. I think you guys hear each other. I think you guys hear each other. I think it was Jim Simivan who said the real problem is there's fucking NHI here on Earth. So let's kind of keep that in mind, that there's something going on that's not drama related.
That's pretty dramatic.
I do want to get to, I think it was Keem, and then Tupa or Red Panda. I don't remember which.
Yeah, I just want to say,
hosts are terrible.
I promise you, I'm not trying to play a violin over here, right? I'm not trying to give you a sad story, right? I'm not playing the victim, but I'm just being factual. Since I've been in this community, I have been on the defense every single day. Every single day, somebody from Mike's group has accused me of something, attacked me for something, found some old, documentary where I was getting canceled like 5 years ago. This allegation, that allegation, right? Every single day.
Keemstar's ready every time.
It starts with that camp, and that camp attacks everyone. Mr. America came out and just gave a nice neutral speech about, hey, look, we need to keep our eye on the goal. All this infighting is distracting us. What does Mike do? Starts attacking him.
No, I gave him a reason.
No, yeah, I was gonna say Mike was just making a point that he did a space that was purely
he attacked the shit out of
UAP based.
Are you the lawyer for this
your
group?
takeaway
I'm
from
so
that?
confused.
Am I a lawyer? No, I have my own opinions. I have no
You seem like
formal
PR
education.
for the hate group.
PR? No, I think honestly all that stuff's dumb.
State facts, Chase.
This is why we're here, chat.
When you actually state facts, that just tells you what's really going on.
What's really going on?
Okay, we're gonna get back.
Here's the thing. I can promise you this. I wasn't done speaking. I can promise everybody this, right? They can attack me every single day. Every single day. I have enough energy and enough experience, and I've done this my entire fucking career to be able to deal with all this nonsense and still break news stories and still be wildly active and still grow this community. There is no stopping this train, and that's what they fear the most. They think the tactics they've used on normal 9-to-5 people with jobs that come over and they have an opinion and they scare them off the internet through doxing and harassment and memes and all that, that is not going to work here. And so they got a big rude awakening for them in the next couple months.
Keemstar's the best.
Skyfire News is 2 weeks old and has already pulled 7 million views.
And to address some things, I feel like I have been nothing but respectful in this conversation.
I love Keemstar.
Yeah, I just want to state that, and I think I have a honest, respectful opinion on things, and I don't try and attack people. So if you feel like I'm being attacked, I'm attacking you, I'm sorry. I'm just stating my opinion. Now, who's next? I don't know if Lou's raised his hand or not. I want to give him a chance to say some things if he has anything to say. If not, we'll move on to the next person.
Yeah, just real quick. I think it's safe to say that nobody in this entire room hates me. I'm pretty neutral with everyone. Everyone is very happy with the things that I do. So just, I just want to keep that the same. And I don't want to ruffle any feathers. But I will say, I find it fucking hilarious that because TJ Allard and Keem know each other, there's a conspiracy now all of a sudden. But when Dave Grush is going to UFO conferences and having lunch with George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell, no conspiracy there whatsoever. So, yeah. Anyway, have a great night.
Lou Reviews comes up big
Lou.
with the big zinger. I love it.
I'm going to be honest.
I did not expect that from Lou Reviews. That was like George Robert Ory hit the 3 the last second, even though you got Kobe and Shaq in the game.
Oh, that was that's maybe my favorite moment of the space so far. That was really good. Yeah, I think I just want to address one thing, and then I'll get to my main point. Is that when Mr. America did make his really good appeal to all of us to be just to be our best selves, so we can get to the better result, right? While Mike's comments on its face might have been okay, you do realize he cut him off, and then he said, "Yeah, if you don't want to deal with this drama, go to MySpace. Just go to I recorded. I did it, and that's fine. But the troubling part about that is Mike is literally part of the hate group. So for him to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm above this. Come to MySpace," that's like a weird hijacking of what the intention was, and I think that's why I laughed about that. When I also want to say, Chase and Sean, you guys are crushing it. You're doing a great job hosting the space. It's and it's a big space. There's all kinds of people going at each other's throats. So thank you. I commend you guys for that. I think we have to address just the conspiracy, right? Of what the conspiracy is. Really, we have two options.
I love how serious
we have
taking it.
Did TJ Allard, because this is what Darren proposed, right? TJ Allard, Brandon Fugel, right? These kind of really big players, people on their own accord, very successful, have a lot to lose, right? A lot. I mean, reputation-wise, the show. I mean, they have a lot to lose. The conspiracy that Darren put forth is that these people paid UFO Shane, a guy who gets drunk and high on, or I won't say high, but a guy gets like very drunk, like blackout drunk. That's part of his shtick. Like, he doesn't hide that, but like it's literally part of his shtick. Like, these guys go, let's risk our entire fucking career on UFO Shane. Let's give him $800 a month, and then that's one option. Right, I agree. That's one option. The other option we should start to consider.
$800 a month is not that much money,
there's
guys.
A paper trail between Shane and community,
not very much
people in the community, and that was used to push influence. We do know that there is a group of people who definitely have used and will use and apparently want to use vulnerable people just to use them to push these weird kind of petty kind of influence, right? Like, as someone who works in media,
okay, we got to wrap this up.
Gave credence to Darren's conspiracy theory because I understand, like, at the level that TJ's at and the show's at, there's a lot to lose, is a big risk. While I do understand the value of guerrilla marketing, it just it didn't pass the smell check to me that they would do that, especially since they're in the community doing all this stuff. And if there's a leaky boat out there, it would be a drunk guy who screams on Spaces in emotional ways, But there is a group of people when Shane was arrested that he was actually on the phone with, that he was talking to, literally when they showed up to get him for a warrant. He wasn't swatted, he wasn't abused, he wasn't a victim of anything.
How much did Brandon Fugel pay for that? They cashed in on that. How much did he pay for?
And while he was in jail, he spoke very highly. Said he spoke every single day to a core group of people. Those people are in the hate group. He said, that's what he said repeatedly. Oh, I talked to them every day. They were the nicest people. We know that there's love bombing and grooming going on by these people. We know that. So, I'm like, okay, so you get arrested, you're on the phone, you're talking, you're doing all this stuff. Like, what's more likely, right? So
Brandon Fugel bought in
2016. That's what we're looking at. That's kind of what we're facing here. Is like, if we want to give credence to this theory of Darren's and these guys, we have to first know that they have a lot to lose.
Over $6 million.
If the finger gets pointed at them for all of their actions they've done over the past 2 or 3 years to men, women, children, researchers, scientists, doctors, NASA, government, Kirkpatrick, politicians, if they don't want to get the finger pointed at them for the recorded things they've done to all those people,
Bigelow purchased it in 1996 for $200,000.
Seems like a quick and dirty bullshit.
That's a lot of money
in the water, smoke screen, so they can escape. But we should pay attention to what they're claiming. Because what's more likely here, in my opinion, because we all know UFO
Oh, it's
Shane,
512 acres. I mean, it's
I'm
big.
trying to characterize him as fun and as honest as possible, right?
Well, has just real quick too, but I don't know, has he given any actual names of the people who were sending him money?
So Lou, he's given Bitcoin addresses, and Tiff brought up earlier that it was somewhat
512
likely that he
acres.
likes to gamble,
So it's not
and
nothing.
that the address
I don't
that
see
he
anywhere where it
was
says 6 million,
screenshotting or his evidence as the payments towards were actually probably from a gambling site.
Maybe we
Which
should just ask
seems tracked
Grok,
because
right?
there was $2 billion worth of receipts, and I don't think
Let's ask Grok.
Brandon Fugel has $2 billion in receipts towards Bitcoin. I mean, maybe he does. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe TG can help me on that. But
man.
It seems highly unlikely. So I don't think Brandon or anyone from Skinwalker was paying UFO Shane to talk about Skinwalker.
Real quick, Chase, does that mean that someone was posing that way, or do you think Shane was lying outright, or do you think he really believed that someone from the camp or someone from the show or someone from the ranch
it's just
was
it's
like
about it
sliding
because
some
of
money in his
the
Bitcoin
the
for like
marketing
doing,
aspect
for
of it.
talking
That's why
about
it's
on the
worth
show.
that much.
He sounded kind of like super, he sounded like
Undisclosed
lost when it was
amount.
happening when he was talking to Brandon.
Probably wasn't 6 million.
In that recording. Again, Skyfire News. You got to check that out if you guys want to follow all this stuff up to date. But like, what do you
Probably
think
not
is
6
happening,
million.
Chase? Like,
that is a good question. I will
Maybe
withhold
$1
my
million.
judgment until further evidence comes out. But my own opinion is that, who knows? Maybe he was lying. Maybe someone was imitating someone from Skinwalker Ranch and got him riled up.
Well,
I don't know.
Can I just add? I mean, look, I've got my issues with Brandon Fugel and some of the things that they're doing, but just as someone who's had him on my show 5 or 6 times, and I've had a lot of the cast members from the show on my show a few times, I've never once ever been offered $1 from anyone on that ranch.
It sounds almost like he's jealous.
So it doesn't track when Shane is making a whole bunch of accusations and then gets asked directly by the source. I mean, Brandon asked him directly, hey, who sent you that money so I can nip it in the bud right now? And the answer was, I don't remember. It's like, well, wait, how do you not remember somebody sending you $800 a month? It's just, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So it's not that I want to disparage Shane or knock him down. I think he is genuinely a believer, but I also think that there's a lot of other stuff going on with Shane, and I think people sometimes exaggerate some of the things that are happening to them or correlate things and go from A to D without stopping at
now Bigelow paid 200,000. I just found in 1996.
Like, so I don't know, man. I
think that's a great point, Lou.
In case
Thank
you missed
for
that,
bringing that
Bigelow
up.
paid 200.
I do want to get to hands. We got a
250,000.
lot of hands up, so I think it was Chris, and then I'm gonna say UAP Mike, then Screen, and then we'll just have to figure out from there because I don't know.
At some point after this round of hands, if we can get Brian up here, if Brian's available to speak, Brian Ramel is here, and I would love for him to put his take on all of this because Brian has an incredible lens to look through this stuff, and to kind of give us analysis in a different from someone who's truly not in this group, but is one of these groups that kind of that kind of overlaps with this. In the tech and AI space, and I think it would be really beneficial for everyone here. Take a lot away from that. So, but yeah, please.
And maybe Chris Bartel too would be cool to come up.
If he wants to come up, he's more than welcome to request.
Who's Chris
If
Bartel?
I kick you down, just know it's out of love, and it's not because I don't like you. So we're just trying to move speed. We got a lot of requests, so. Chris, we had a good exchange.
Hi,
I think it was yesterday.
What was that?
You wanted to add something?
You guys see that message?
Yeah, I was gonna say basically what Lou said. I was on his show recently.
That wasn't even a
he
direct
actually
message. What
hit
was
the
that?
nail pretty much right on the head, and I really do
That was
think
weird.
like I said, I got to know Shane pretty well, and even I would probably
Ancient
like, if
Aliens
Shane's
History
gonna
Channel,
ask
2
me,
hours
like,
of something
I'm
that
gonna
relevant
ask
shit.
Shane. Look, man, there's a good possibility that it seems like you might have exaggerated or maybe made this up because Brandon Fugel hopped right into
means
space.
maybe there's portals or teleportation.
Come out, and that's the one thing about Brandon Fugel that I'm going to say. Like, out of all of these UFO celebrities and stuff, Brandon's always the one that comes in spaces, and he always is very professional and addresses everything, and he does it very well. So I do think that there might be, unfortunately, a little bit of exaggeration to claims going on, and I think we hit that on the head.
There might be a little exaggeration.
But coming from a standpoint of a skeptic, that I just kind of try to trace the college the best way I can. That kind of seems where everything's starting to point, just from where everybody's saying. And if you were in the space, Brandon did ask him, and he did stumble. And I'm just going to be honest with you. If I'm getting paid all this money by people, I know who's paying me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to know who's paying me. And the fact that he didn't answer to Brandon when Brandon asked him directly was kind of a big indication. So that kind of just what drawn me out of all this. But I want to get real quick to Mr. America. I thank you for what you said earlier. And as I don't know how many people, I think I'm one of the only few veterans in here. I'm going to tell you right now, man. Like, as a skeptic, I get it from everybody. Like, there's two sides that you obviously heard. There's a hate group side and then the other side. As a skeptic, I get it from both sides, right? I will tell you that I am the person in this room that has been called everything under the book. No. They have found somebody with they found my LinkedIn, and they did share all of my information because different people, including Matt Ford, was coming out and he was putting my information out there. And that's the Stand for Better group. And then on top of that, I've been accused of things is incredibly disgusting, as I supposedly raped somebody, that I got kicked off of TikTok for exposing myself to minors, stolen valor.
How would you even say this?
All of these things that like are the most disgusting things you can think
I would never
of
say that.
has been said about me. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, and this is just coming from a guy that's been here a year. I'm a skeptic, so I don't really give a shit on what side of the.
Sounds angry.
To be honest with you, I don't care what side of the aisle it is. It came from a certain group, and they're here right now, and they perpetuated this stupid shit. And it was really cool because in Astral, you guys see Astral down there, in one of his spaces recently, just so happens that a woman that was in my live on TikTok when that shit got taken down, despite what people have been saying, she was there and came in Astral space, and she said, hey, I was there, and actually what he got kicked off for, that is actually what happened. And it was one of the coolest things because it also brought a longtime listener to Astral Space, and it was just like a cool, really like correlation that happened that night.
Chaser.
So
is Mike.
I'm going to tell you, man, just as a veteran that is here in this community, the people that act like they do care about veterans, it's a fucking front, man. The people that have come at me for the shit that blatantly fucking lies. They want to sit here and they want to prop up David Grush and say he's this veteran and this veteran. But when you go against a narrative like I have, they don't give a fuck if you're a veteran. They don't care. And I'm leaving it at that. So you make of that what you want. I see you have the American flag there, right there. I served that flag. So I'm going to tell you right now, this is cold, hard facts. They don't give a fuck about veterans unless you're going with that narrative. That's all I got to say. I'll even drop down.
All right, thank you, Chris, for that.
He went hard. Chris went hard at the end.
UAP Mike and then Screen.
Cool. Yeah. So just two quick things, and listen close, everybody. Some of this stuff has been going on for a while, and I kind of saw how crazy it was getting. And
this is UAP Mike talking.
It's a lot of clownery. Like, there's a lot of clowns involved, myself included. So I decided to make a little wager with a little man who's on the speaker panel, and he had to pay me $100 because King Milkfart didn't go to jail. I actually made money because King Milkfart is still free. So that's funny thing number one. All right, moving on from that. Shit. Yeah, that was probably about it. I just wanted to let you know that I won money off of King Milkfart being free. And this is. You guys can't take this too seriously. Like, Keem's insulting my marriage. I mean, come on. Like, let's not. We got to laugh it off a little bit.
All right. Thank you, Mike. Screen, you got something you wanted to add?
Yeah. I just wanted to add, similar to Chris, I get it from both sides, right? And we can pretend one side is worse than the other, but it just depends on who's getting it. Because, I feel it from the side that I used to be more associated with more nowadays. So it's everybody brings something different to the platform. A lot of people are themselves, just like they are on and off the internet, and some people just think it's a area to troll. So it's like when there's not like clear guidelines, this shit tends to happen, right? But I will say, I do think Shane is probably lying about what was going on. I am actually the one that pushed him the other night over the edge when he was talking about, oh, I got the Bitcoin address. I can send it from my old phone. My roommate's got it right here. I'm like, what you waiting for, bro? Go get it. And he's like, fine. And then he goes and sends it. I don't think he was planning to do that the whole time, and I kind of just pissed him off and forced his hand. And there is no reoccurring payments. Those were the only payments. There's no other payments where he's getting paid $800 a month. It is kind of crazy, but it is concerning when there is something claiming to be news that how do I put? That's not necessarily news. You know what I mean?
Melatonin. Let me just mention about those payments real quick because they're relative to them. That's the second thing I forgot. I'm sorry to interrupt. I did say I had two things. The second thing I was going to mention is that there is a person that tried to extort Shane. I know the person who sent Shane to jail. His name is like Fred Rogers. He has a real name that starts with J, apparently. I don't know much about him. There's all this rumor that goes around, this psycho guy. So anyways, he had sent Shane some sort of thing, and I don't know. It's fucking insane. And that guy has a lot of money to play with. And I'm curious if these payments that were to Shane were someone's way of fucking with him, and then they're like, yeah, go do some shit about Skinwalker Ranch, right? Like, it's just it's just a fucking game to somebody.
Yeah, but like the pushback on that is the part that Chase mentioned about the gambling website. If you pull up those receipts, it seems to have been being like had a shitload of money in it, be paying people out in certain increments. And the fact that he got paid like 2 little payments for that is kind of like
this is all over $800.
But my whole point is being that
it's not even real.
I don't give a shit about size.
The whole space
right?
is supposedly about
$800,
and it's not even the real story.
Said,
There's no
when
credibility.
I hear about the hate group or
and we're basically just using it to just yell at each other.
Pushing
Welcome to UFO
back
Twitter.
on somebody's wife about being in other people's DMs and shit. That's all drama to me, and that's the only time I hear it is in spaces when people are talking about it. Having been attacked by both sides, it's like if you just ignore it, it tends to go under the radar. But when we get in these spaces and do this right here, this is what brings the numbers, and this is what people are going to keep tuning into, and at the end of the day, it's our fault.
You're right there, Screen. That's for sure. I'm going to let. I was gonna get to Keem and then Ashton, then Mr. America. And Red, sorry, I forgot where you are in that lineup, but
I just want to respond. Okay. I just want to respond about a couple things. First of all, Skyfire News didn't mention Mike's wife at all. Keemstar did. I did, right? And yes, I own Skyfire News, but that's two different things. It's not like a post over on Skyfire News. So, and the reason why I did is because he's a man. I'm a man. You know, if his wife's being unfaithful privately and publicly, you know, he should know about it. So I let him know about it.
Yeah, that's some fighting words, bro.
Yeah, but you can't claim that you're separate from your own company, bro. Like, so then you can do all the dirt you want to as Keemstar, and Skyfire, it gets off scot-free. That's bullshit.
Let's keep this space respectful. You know, let's not try and.
You just interrupted, but those are two different things. Those are two different entities. But yeah, I mean, his wife was, you know, publicly calling Lou Elizondo hot. And, you know, he's in marriage, they had vows, and he should know about it. Not to mention the DMs.
Well, he knows about it. You know, whatever he wants to do with that information is up to him. Let's not put that in this space. I want to get to
I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it up, Chase. I was responding.
Okay, well.
Thank you.
it doesn't matter. Ashton, what's up?
Yeah, thanks. I'll keep it brief, of course. Yeah, I just want to say I think that Lou Reviews pretty much wants an endorsement from Skinwalker Ranch, and Mike wants the main character role, and also just that I had heard the rumor of Mike's wife in the DMs as well. I'm just saying I heard that rumor, and it's out there.
I just asked Keem not. Okay, whatever. Mr. America, and then Red.
Yeah, so I'm going to serve as the palate cleanser once again. Don't do side attacks on people's spouses. That's fucking weak, bro. We're men. Let's not do that. Like, please don't do that. That's fucking ridiculous. Don't do that.
Exactly.
I'm going to give a backstory on who I am and why when people are bringing up substance abuse and we're trying to black label someone, oh, they drink to black out. Like, this space is talking about things that are greater than us that we don't understand. I've had at least 2 or 3 nervous breakdowns where my whole nervous system shut down because I was being shown too much too fast, to where I did do the same thing. Jack's my poison. So I go to Jack Daniels because it resets my nervous system and shuts it all down. I've been in a fucking shower for like 2 hours, frozen, because I'm in a state of like uncertainty because of the things I've been shown. Like, I'll give you even a quick story of what happened last night.
Yeah,
just found out what a wolf moon is, by the way, today. Last night, I'm staring up at a cluster of stars. I see UFO orbs, these white orbs that I see for fucking ever. I've seen them since I was like 17. I'm 38 now. And I'm staring at them, and while I'm staring at them, a fucking white owl flies over me. So people digest information differently. Guys. So when you try to discredit someone because, oh, they have a substance abuse, you don't know why they're fucking doing that.
Got drunk.
Like it's not necessarily because they're a terrible person.
Werewolf moon
Shit happens, man. Like, life is fucking crazy. I hear the
This guy is alcoholic, learns what werewolf moon is, which I don't know what that means, and then goes outside and sees a white owl fly overhead. That's the story he just told.
Like, that's why I'm saying we cannot be divided. We can't afford to be fucking divided on this shit and be like, oh, you're an idiot, you're this, you're that. Just... This shit's fucking wild to begin with.
This guy's off the
So
walls,
we don't need to be fucking aggravating each other and fucking throwing knives in each other's backs. Come to fucking together. Be men. We're fucking men, for Christ's sake.
Here's the thing. I agree with a lot of what you're saying. You got to understand though, like if we're gonna move this forward,
that was weird, chat.
Is gonna be, it's gonna have to happen. We're gonna get through all of this.
That was weird, chat.
The bigger part of all of it is that if we
I hope you guys like Friday night drama
then
stream.
It's not going to help the cause. Like, you have to take you have to look at the bigger things that are happening, and then
TJ's taking it so seriously.
Move on from the
like it's a meme. We're talking about a literal meme, chat.
That are happening, like
it's a literal meme.
Like,
this
what I really like about
this is supposedly what this whole stream is about.
It doesn't matter. Like, there's no we're showing.
This is what the whole stream's about.
You know, excuse me. You see the story, but you don't see the context behind the story, right? It's not the opinion. There's no like this happened and this sucks. You don't see that.
I feel like Keemstar should be at the top of this pyramid, and then TJ Allard down here next to Brandon Fugel.
You can discuss. You make your opinions. Like another great, and this is for the.
And I feel like I should be on the third row here. I don't know why Shane's on it. Oh, I guess because he's the payments guy, right?
Lou Reviews, right? The way Lou is handling this, I was really complimentary of the way that he went at the whole thing, treating it like a news outlet.
Treating it like a news outlet.
Some of his editorial to it, but you knew that you were getting that.
It's a meme,
right? So there was
a meme, guys.
But I think if you build the ecosystem,
a literal meme is what our whole space is about.
You have the straight news coming from the Skyfire, and then the other people who have their opinions can chime in just like a regular news outlet.
Like a news outlet.
You can add your context.
Are we taking ourselves a little too seriously here?
You can add your take on something, and I think that in order to legitimize this, again, this is professionally expensive when you try to take this to people who are not in this world, and it's not always received like as a serious topic. But if you can build the ecosystem to become a serious topic, now you give it legs. And then when more people get involved, I swear I can see these spaces with 10x this in the future very easily, because more people understand this and they want to talk openly. I've talked to a lot of people in here can attest to this. I've had these conversations for the last few years with people that have experiences. I don't judge. It's not my place to judge. But if you can create a space where more people will come forward with information, with experiences, with things that you have not seen in the past, then I think this is how it grows. You're going to just, like, you know, a rising tide rises all the ships, right? I think that's what you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, this whole space is literally about a meme.
If we can do that and get through this
about the idea that some reason TJ Allard's convincing Keemstar to destroy UFO Twitter.
And I think this is an awesome first step to kind of move it along.
Or that
DJ,
UFO Shane was paid.
So I think it's red, and then it's going to be
somebody,
Lou, and then
I don't know.
Keem,
Still not clear.
And then Screen, then America. So Red, what's up? What's on your mind?
Okay, I took notes. So I'll try and be quick.
I took notes.
There's 2 people here. People are free to start a new space about any UFO topic they want. Everyone wants peace, but this group attacks anyone, and it is counter-intel manipulation. And counter-intel manipulation is a part of the UFO subject just as much as any sighting. If not, there's more documented evidence of that than there is of aliens. It was just mentioned by Pasolka on Rogan. This group, Lou Reviews is a perfect example. 3 of his
Red
co-hosts
Panda,
ran
he's got a
out by
whole
this
list
group,
of notes.
Textbook counter-intel tactics to silence voices.
Love it.
The implications of what we're talking about
I want
regarding
to hear from Lou Reviews.
are secret payments for narrative control. He was just one voice amongst the sea of support or dissent that we see that
Lockheed
includes
Martin.
like bad tactics like
Hold
attacking
on, I'll mute
people and
the
whatnot.
background. Lockheed Martin says, I haven't followed along this beef at all. Science and UFO MH370 talk is interesting, but from an unbiased view, that Lou Reviews fellow needs waterboarding. Everyone else seems okay. Needs to chill.
Payment and dirty payment
Brutal.
tactics being deployed, and you think they wouldn't? If you think the UFO subject is real, you think they wouldn't like have some weird control mechanisms on this thing while they're rolling it out? Look at McGowan, look at Green Street, look what happens to people who talk outside of this narrative. And then I have a question for Kimball. Could you just speak to the room of what your understanding was of the brand ambassadorship Shane had during those months, as somebody who it sounds like was at least a little bit aware of what was going on there?
Okay, Red, I want to comment a few things you said. Unless you can prove that there's some monetary gain or otherwise influence over the community, I just can't buy into that. So unless like Lou Elizondo...
Lou Reviews, what changed in your show and the way you were treated by this community? What was that? Because you were front and center. You used to
I understand that. And I've heard Lou speak on this before. I'm saying unless there's like some monetary gain or evidence that shows a direct link towards an influence campaign, I just don't buy that. I think really, if anything, there's evidence. It's my personal opinion. I wouldn't say there's evidence. It's my personal opinion that Arrow is kind of an influence campaign. Now, I don't have evidence for that beyond just like
Arrow's an influence campaign. If so, they're not doing well, chat.
Kind of a handler to Kirkpatrick, but that's that's simply just my opinion. That's not.
Yeah, Green Street was kind of weird though. Kind of asked some weird questions, right?
Fact. The DODIG report disparity with the Sean Kirkpatrick claiming
he's
success.
out of turn, by the way. He's out of turn once again.
And real quick, I'll just finish. There's a whole thread and account that has evidence of this, of connecting Lou Elizondo to these little figures. Paranormal Chris got accused of rape when he proved Lou Elizondo lied. Lou Reviews, his show got attacked when they asked Lou that question. Everybody gets close to this counter-intel dude, and then when something weird happened about the sock puppet accounts that he was using to also do this, use target harassment of critics back in 2018.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that they'd use sock puppets necessarily. I'm not going to say I agree one way or another,
Chase,
but...
I'm back. Just letting you know I'm here. I wasn't there before.
That was a long smoke break.
It was.
Big blunt.
Thank God.
Yeah, we can see your messages,
right.
Lobster.
It was mostly important conversation we were having, and then kind of smoked after. But just real quick, so sorry, I literally wasn't even listening. Is everything good here? Are we on topic? Do we need to change the topic?
We're good. We're good. We're going.
All right, cool.
UFO Shane is Elizondo's son. We just learned. No, I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Okay. All right. Now, I don't remember who is next. I'll be honest.
I think it was
so if you are next, if you would just say so.
Yeah, I think it was me.
Okay, Lou, and then we'll go Keem, and then we'll go from there.
What I just wanted to address something earlier that Ashley said, that I'm looking for Brandon Fugel's approval. I have publicly very much had a fallout with Brandon Fugel, and if you guys want to ask him a good question, and it's a question he can answer for me, if the Skinwalker phenomenon is real, it really attaches itself to people.
That's approval from
Why
Brandon
on earth
Fugel? Is that what he wants?
Members of his crew visiting and handshaking and hugging people at UFO conventions? If they're so afraid of it spreading around, why are they doing that? And he can't answer
I think isn't it like the place gives you the? Isn't it the place gives you a I'm sorry.
Well, I can speak to this a little bit. I can speak to it a little bit. Like the idea of, so I think, and this is just my take from my, again, anecdotal experience of being out there. And who knows, like, Lou and I talk, we have a good relationship. Like my take on all of it is what my experience was, it was there. When I was sick, when I was like, I felt I was, contagious or literally.
Okay, one more question, then we're gonna go to sleep.
I wasn't doing that, and I felt
if we can get to it.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, right? So
if we can get to it, we're gonna challenge the Luanons.
Transmissible or whatever, but I know that the symptoms I had were consistent with certain like exposure or reactions to things, whether that is based on being in that place at one time. That's what it seemed like, and that's what my doctors had said. But I understand what your point is. The idea of is this something that's contagious? Are you spreading it around? Maybe just don't know enough, but I get it. And I just don't. I'm going to go and say, like, I don't think we know the extent of any of this, because there is this weird thing where certain people react and certain people don't.
What's TJ talking about, guys?
Something as simple as you're susceptible to it. Your immune system is susceptible to it. Again, if we want to define it as like I was using the spooky pox, we could do that. We just don't know, and I think it's okay to not know. I think it's okay to not know, right?
No, and I understand what you're saying, but if that is the case, then why not have universities come to the ranch and study it? Why not actually have some scientists?
How hard is it to learn and connect the various theories? Not very hard. Take a look at my pinned tweet if you want to go through the evidence. It's 14 pages. It is pretty long, but it's pretty compelling. It's broken up in categories.
Attached itself to people's, given people cancer. It has supposedly killed people. It has gone to people's children outside of the ranch. So if that is true,
what are they talking about?
Why are you guys going outside the ranch and doing basically rock tours around the country, and handshakes with people? It doesn't make any sense.
I hear you. I don't know about. I mean, I'm not saying that maybe that's out there. I don't know anything about that personally, but I'm not saying that you don't. Like that may have.
Does
been
Lou Reviews think that there's a zombie virus?
Somewhere a quote or somebody said something. I just don't know that.
I mean, I talked to Brandon about this on the phone for 3 hours, so like I had a very extensive conversation with him. And
3 hours you talked about whether or not there's a virus on Skinwalker
So
Ranch?
I just wanted to squash the idea that I'm trying to get his approval. Like, I don't give a fuck about his approval. I can give a shit, like I'm
never
all I want to know is the truth about the ranch, and if that's the case, or if
all we said it seems like Lou wants an endorsement.
I think you and I have talked about this. Him and I have talked about this. Like, look, dude, if this is like a thing that you're trying to do for the state of Utah and make like a new Area 51 or a new Roswell, like, I totally get it. Like, I fucking get it. That's fine. But just say that's what it is. And if it's not, then actually get some real scientists. Because I mean, again, like, we had a 3-hour conversation. Like, why isn't the University of Utah or BYU or any one of the 24 universities in the state of Utah screaming at the top of their lungs to study this ranch? Doesn't anybody find that a little weird?
I think they did, though. In all seriousness, didn't they have a university? And I feel like I read that recently. Like, because I'm not there day to day, right? That's not what I do. I'm the co-creator of the show, executive producer.
I think TJ in the beginning was saying something about having like long COVID or something.
Day-to-day stuff like this.
Right. You got some kind of mystery virus.
You get that. No, but no, I know that. I know you're not yet. No, you and I, we've talked. Like, you get it. Like, but I'm saying.
No,
I
know
like
the only reason you hate me is because I'm a Dolphins fan.
Yeah. Yes. I'm a Bills fan, and I understand. Yes, that's the reason I hate you.
And you never pay
I don't
employees.
hate you. You know that.
Skyford News.
You know that.
He also doesn't pay his employees.
no hate at all. What employees?
No, of course not. Yeah,
all right, we're not going to get.
People contact you. I have one people contact you.
All right, hold just real, because I literally I'm back. I'm here. Let's just same shit in the beginning. Nothing's changed. Let's stay with the hands. Try to keep it respectful. Like
no name calling.
We don't have to do kumbaya. It doesn't matter. It could be fuck the other side forever if you want. But let's.
How do I go back?
I really started this space so the accusations that I saw could at least get addressed. I wanted both sides up here. I did not want an echo chamber. I sent out the invite to everybody. Mike, you're still here. Shout out to you for being here.
Did we address this though? Did we address it? I see a whole bunch of hands up. I don't want to skip everybody.
Yeah, so I don't. I'm assuming.
Everyone got their questions out.
So here's the thing. The hands could be just from the conversation you guys were having when I was just getting high as hell. So I don't know. But if anybody has anything to say, I don't know who's up.
Can't make it taller. I tried.
If we're keeping the conversation here,
it's like,
or let's go back to that. And yeah, I don't know.
Messed up. Maybe I can change the resolution.
Mike, do you have anything else to say on this? Like, you're a good starting point because I know that you came in kind. Oh, go ahead, Keem. I didn't know. Go for it.
Yeah, real quick. I just want to address a couple things.
Keem sarcastic.
Somebody said that my opinion is Skyfire News. No, go to Skyfire News. Look at all the content we put out. It just covers the news. It doesn't have an opinion. I have an opinion. Red has an opinion. Tuba has an opinion. Skyfire News doesn't have an opinion. It just covers breaking news. The other thing is somebody reframed the whole situation with Mike and his wife as attacks on his wife. That's manipulation, pure manipulation. There was no attack on his wife ever.
Milk, I'm gonna ask to just hold your tongue for a little bit. I
was wondering who that.
Yeah.
Just listen, man. Like, just everybody, please, let's just do hands.
There's only one group of people that keeps.
Because it gets annoying.
Space y'all were in, and it seemed like you were going at Mike for something him and his wife don't have a problem with.
No, that's incorrect. I never went after his wife. I stated facts, and if you bring up facts, right, and you present facts,
what were the facts about her DM?
Why'd I get interrupted again? Can we run this space?
Because you're a liar.
Why do I keep getting interrupted?
Because you're insulting my wife. Because, like, what the fuck do you think?
Why
this is?
do they not want me to speak?
If I can reach through the phone and punch your
shit
on the again,
all right, I muted
guys.
That was me.
I fucking never had to use my mute button.
Fuck that, Sean. If I talk about your girl,
dude, listen, I am. Listen, hold up, calm down. Like, don't take it out on me. I'm not even speaking to you directly. Listen, I am. Listen, I am king. I have tweets. I am king. Keep girlfriends and wives out of it. I've stated that. Paul, I can go pull out the fucking tweets. So I'm with you, Mike, on that. I'm not mad at you defending your wife. I understand. So please, I'm not. You know I didn't fucking start this space for no dumb shit. I'm not trying to have you feel disrespected with your wife. But hold on. Hold on. Listen. Hold on, guys.
Keep wives out of it.
Hold on. I'm trying to. I just got back, so I couldn't moderate the past fucking 40 minutes. So my bad. We were on a different whole thing. We were kind of getting along at least a little better when I left. That's why I asked if we were good when I came in. So now I'm just trying to get this shit wrangled and respect everybody what they have to say. So Mike, I'm with you.
We're doing pretty good.
Like once you bring up someone's wife, like you can't get mad at someone for fucking defending the wife. So let's just stay out of that because now we're in a whole different conversation. So like, can we agree
of attacking his wife? And I'm gonna defend myself.
All right, so hold on. So who said that? Keem, fair. Who said that? Did somebody in this space say that?
Somebody on this space cammed up and said that I attacked
his wife. All right, can I know who that was? Who was it? Who said that?
Was that me, Keem?
It was Mike.
He's probably talking about me.
Or Skyfire.
Oh, yeah.
So hold on. All right, so real quick again, because I wasn't here. So Screen, like, yeah, I don't know what came. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's not even have the question
Keep
asked.
just trolling them, guys.
So people can't respond. Because then it's just a
Exactly.
fucking.
Don't be disingenuous, bro. Stop bringing up that wife.
Dude,
I do have a right to defend myself against this allegation, right?
No, you're good, bro. You're good.
Yes.
But that guy that keeps bringing up the wife thing, shut the fuck up. Stop doing that.
Wait, Sean, can I defend?
Okay, I just muted again because everybody was yelling, and
No, hold on,
it's
hold
hard
on.
to hear.
I got it. Yes, Mike,
Sean,
I'm with you. Yes, bro. Listen,
Dude, they're not listening.
Oh
to your
my
space.
God.
They're interrupting.
You guys are killing me here because I don't have a fucking side, and I'm literally trying to let you both sides get your shit off. So, Mike, because again, I know how it is with the wife thing. Yes, like before you go, Mike, let me just say this, right? When on Screen, you're my guy. Like, I fuck with you. I'm not trying to single you out, but since you were the one that said it, I'm going to use you as an example. If you, and I'm talking to the room, if you ask a question,
it's not even like you think, Sean. I didn't say it like that.
All right, so I don't.
You
Again,
did. You said I attacked his wife. I'm gonna defend myself.
Don't bring up the wife thing at all.
Yeah,
You
that's
said
that.
no, I'm
right there.
talk
Who
about
is that?
it,
Hold on,
and I'm
hold
gonna
on.
defend
Wait,
myself.
hold on. I'm gonna make a little joke here. Is that milk fart being the fucking adult in the room? Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what all of you said? Did you hear what he said? He said, "Let's just not bring up the wives at all." That's
that
what
was me,
I'm saying.
bro. That was me, Sean, Mr. America.
Who was
I already
that?
told him that earlier.
My bad. I'm high as shit. My bad. My bad.
Doing
My
the
bad.
ad hominems. Stop
But
fucking bringing up people's wives, bro. That means
that's
nothing to this conversation.
I'm gonna defend myself. I'm gonna defend myself.
Yes.
Not cool, but defend your
here's the
wife.
thing.
I'm not talking about you.
Guys,
Whoever's bringing up the fucking wife thing, stop.
Guys,
Stop doing that.
let me just please, if you have any respect for me, I've never had an issue with anybody on this fucking panel. Like, please, let me just get this out. If a person brings up a wife in any context, right? And let's just, for the sake of the conversation, someone feels like they're getting accused. Keem says, like, yo, you're making an accusation about me. Of course he's going to defend that accusation. And then from that, of course, hold on. Of course, Mike is going to get mad that his fucking wife is being talked about. Like, he should be. And now it's just fucking chain reaction is my point. So if it's not brought up at all in the first place, it makes it a little easier. That's my only point. So, Mike, I'm going to give you, because you've been fucking patient.
Oh my God! Am I gonna get to fucking defend myself or what?
Yes, I'm gonna give you. Were you not fucking listening to every word that I just said? That's what this is. I don't know. What did I just come into? What did I just come into? You guys are the ones who have the fucking mic.
I didn't get a chance to speak.
I wasn't here.
I got interrupted.
But this is what I'm saying.
You're the only one that's been talking, bro.
I'm gonna give you the floor too. Like I was trying to moderate this space. I'm mad that I'm talking this much. Like, I'm going to give you both the floor, but I'm going to go to Mike first, and then Keem, you could actually end.
So I
lose
my turn. Thank you, Sean.
You know what? You can go now. Why don't you go now? Why don't you...
We all see how to play.
Chill. Like, we're not doing this. I don't know what the fuck you guys thought I was doing in here. You got the wrong one. Listen. Keem, do you want you want to go first or you want to go second? Like... you wouldn't rather like end the like
so
have the last
word? I was in the
word?
middle of trying to defend.
All right, so
myself,
this is what we'll do. This is what. All right, fine.
Listen to
this.
me.
No, this isn't, bro. This is my space. Please, can you respect? Can you respect the space? Just disrespect, because I don't have any issue with anybody. Like the fuck, yo, chill.
Well, they're the one that are interrupting.
You can go, but listen. That's why, bro. Like, listen to what I'm saying. I'm gonna let you go. And then, Mike, you're being really patient. After Keem makes his point, you can respond. And then, can that please be the end of the wives' conversation? And then we can get back to what this room is supposed to be about. That's all. And then we can get to the hands. That's all I'm saying.
Or just drop it and no one's to talk about wives. How about that?
Yo, that's a fact.
Exactly.
Someone just interrupted again. Another person interrupted.
See? This is
Cry
what
me
I mean.
a river, Keem.
This is what I mean. And it's like Melfar, I agree with that. I am with you. I would rather let's not talk about fucking wives. That's what I'm saying. But what the hell am I gonna say? You got Keem saying I was in the middle of my point, and then Mike is upset because his wife was talked about in whatever capacity she was talked about. And then Mike's gonna get fucking mad and get pissy at me, like, oh, you didn't let me defend my wife. And then Keem's like, oh, you didn't fucking let me make my point. So Keem, I'm gonna unmute the shit now, right? You can go. Since you say you were talking before, and then Mike, you can respond, and then we're gonna fucking move on from this conversation. And I'm not like that's what I'm saying.
It's gonna be end of conversation about the wives.
Okay, as I was saying, someone up here accused me of attacking Mike's wife. And even that statement is meant to gaslight and mislead everybody in here and be dishonest, because Mike's wife isn't some hidden person. Mike's wife is also a part of the hate group with a very public Twitter. And on her very public Twitter, she said that Lou Elizondo is hot. And I brought it up to Mike. This is not attacking his wife. This is a fact. If facts hurt your feelings where you feel attacked, something's wrong with you, not wrong with me.
What does it have to do with the subject matter, bro? Like, what are you
Mr.
doing?
America, let him finish.
Nope. All right. So I'm gonna unmute Keem. Keem, did you land your plane, or are you about to land your plane? What's up?
And the final point that I would like to make is that Mike's wife is in DMs with other men. These are facts. This is truth.
All right, Mike, I'm going to give you the last word on this. Please, as much as you can, try to keep it whatever for me, because I don't like.
I'm just enjoying the drama, guys.
I'm just trying to get off this, because it's what do you do when two guys are arguing about someone's wife? It's like, all right, I don't know, like, what are we saying here? Go ahead, Mike.
So I don't know where you're from, Sean, but the second someone implies that your wife is like being like promiscuous with other dudes, that's like fighting words. Like, those are throw hands words, and those are words I don't forget. So like, say what you will, say what you want. I heard what I heard. It was unnecessary. It was uncalled for. Yeah, and real dirty. And my wife is my homie. She's been with me for 20 years, and she'll fuck you up.
I hope it works out for you, Mike.
Hold on, I'm from Rhode Island, and I'm with you. I would feel the same way if I was you. I don't even know the context, but yeah, I'm with you. Let's move on from this shit.
We can't all fuck kids like Keemstar.
Actually, I was addressed, so I would like to respond. And I was
You're
next
gonna let
anyway.
someone say that in his face, Sean? Really?
Let's keep.
Here's the thing, right? I can't like cover his mouth, but I just kicked him. Like, before you said that, I'd already kicked him, because nobody's saying that in my fucking space. Absolutely not.
Keemstar, say the word extraterrestrial.
This whole fucking night, and I kept saying ad hominems. Stop! It's fucking clawing at the conversation. It doesn't add to shit. And that guy who was talking about his wife, he did that disingenuously. He knows what the fuck he was doing, and that's why I sent you a DM right now, Sean. I sent you an audio of what the fuck he was doing. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, and everybody make sure to DM
Holy
Sean.
shit, guys! You guys, I just spent like a half an hour getting high with my cousin, and you guys just blew my fucking high. Holy shit, bro! Like, what are we doing?
Sending a recording of the space that we're in
What
already.
the fuck?
All right, I love you, Mr. America. I love
the only
you,
thing that I said was that Keem can't have it both ways, right? Like, you can't say you're not part of Skyfire and just do whatever you want, and then also be like, "But I'm bringing all the eyes to the subject." You can't have it both ways. That was all I was saying. I wasn't saying anybody attacked anybody and gaslighting anybody, right?
Yeah,
and with that being said,
take all the credit.
If we were dating and you were saying
that is,
hot,
trying to be unbiased, then the news source itself can't say shit like Brandon Fugel is pimping UFO Shane. David Grush is a liar. That's not presenting news in an unbiased way, and frankly, that's just tabloids. But I guess that is news, right?
Again, you're not reading that word for word. You just made up that. Read it
See,
word for word.
Would you like to read it? Would you like to read them word for word?
I appreciate what he's saying, at least, because we're moving off of personal attacks. That fucker that was talking about his wife earlier was disingenuous.
Yo, you called me a fucker? Yo,
Hold on.
Sean, if you don't kick this guy, I'm out.
Yeah,
Mr. Worthless.
Hold on.
You're
worthless. Like,
why does this have to happen, you guys? Seriously,
man. Come on. You guys know I didn't start. You guys, hold on.
We're going into,
You guys know. Like, most of you guys up here know.
Nobody cares.
I didn't start this space for that. You guys know I didn't. Like, Mike, I'm with you on the I get it. Like, Mr. America, like, we were actually finally getting off that topic. I appreciate you for saying it, but like, you can't. It just makes us go back into the conversation. Like, let's actually.
We were talking about. Here's the reality.
News. The reality is people are going to disagree. They have beef with one another. That's great, and move on. We're done.
So the last thing was Screen was explaining that he said that he didn't say it in that way. Let's go from there.
How they drag veterans, right?
Screen, do you have the full tweet by chance?
Still do not healthcare.
No, but I can go to Skyfire real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, I think full context would be a great solution. While you're doing that, I want to get to either UFO intros or Ashton. I do not know who was up next.
Mine's going back to the TJ and the Shane and the Skinwalker Ranch stuff, and I think Ashton was before me.
Okay, Ashton, then we'll go UFO intros.
Okay, well, I just want to thank you for the great space tonight. This is probably my last one. I just think it's kind of sad that, you know, you got Joseph Marinello coming in for that other account, calling on a Nokia phone, his last static. You know, it's just not a fun troll. And then I just have to say, for the record, Keem did not attack Mike's wife. I mean, if I was married and had a wife and she was saying on Twitter she thinks other dudes are hot, I mean, I would probably feel inadequate. Anyway, have a good night.
Let's not bring that back up.
There's no way. There's no way. Sorry, I was reading through all the tweets from people saying, "What the fuck is going on with these silly children in here?" And then I just hear something about a wife again. Are we really? We're already back.
Just move past it. UFO intros. Kimball, what's up?
Lil Zondo's hot.
That is not about anybody's wife. That can be allowed to say if that's your opinion, Mike. That's fine.
Kimball, you there?
Yeah. Red Panda Koala asked me a question.
Hey guys, I think we're gonna call it with that. It's been a good space.
What he
good
wanted,
stream.
but,
couple hours.
April 24th.
You gotta be the one person who stirs it way too much, you know? Where after they ask like multiple times.
And said, I am an official affiliate of Skinwalker-ranch.com.
Toss a grenade. Exit left.
I don't even know if that's the.
Out we go. Okay, guys. We just had to dunk on him a little bit there. That was fun. That was a maximum troll space. So anyone who's watching this who thinks that there's any reason to take some weird meme seriously, like we should be having a space about it, well, there's no reason to take it seriously. And that's the reason why we were acting the way that we were. And yeah, it was pretty fun. So thanks, guys. Appreciate hanging out tonight. I got to pass out. Tomorrow, probably going to look more into Amy Eskridge. Something doesn't steam right there on that. And then we're going to do a stream tomorrow as well. And we'll be doing some investigation stuff. I'm probably going to repost the Steve Quast, Lieutenant General Steve Quast, because I got pinged on it like 50 times. I guess people didn't see when I posted it last time. So I'll probably post that tomorrow as well. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Peace.